What's going on, traders? What's going on? Welcome back to another live stream. Getting an early jump here on this beautiful Friday, October 17th. Market's moving like crazy. I'm going to be looking for some pre-market moves, so I figured I'd hop on with you guys a little bit early. Get an early start. Before we jump into it, as always, make sure you read what's on the screen in the nice new matching gold color as I'm updating all my graphics and everything. Most traders lose money. Trading is extremely risky. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions. I'm not a financial advisor. I certainly do not provide financial advice of any kind. Nothing I say or do here is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Do your own research, make your own decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money, which I do. Important for me to be transparent about that, for you to do your own research, make your own decisions. Now, got an interesting situation here. What's up, chat? Yeah, you guys are starting to roll in here. Yeah, what's going on, chat? Good morning. Hope you all got your cup of coffee. I was over an hour early here today. We're gonna get the early jump, man. You know what they say. The early trader can lose all of their capital for the day before the market open if they start earlier. No, I'm just kidding. Interesting situation here. So my account is actually still paused. My my Top 1 Futures pre-live account. It's my own doing. I took a payout late last night. I just didn't think about it not clearing before I had to start trading. Luckily, it's not my only account. It's not my only live account. So we got accounts to trade. I'm hoping that a payout clears and I can just refresh this while I'm on stream with you guys and then trade it. But I did request another payout. I think second one of the week. Like, I think I'm at 4 or 5 or 6 overall with this live account in 2 weeks. Pretty solid, man. Can't complain on the Top 1 Futures pre-live account. It's a 15K. If you don't know, when you request a payout from Top 1 Futures, they pause the account until it's paid out. They've been paying out extremely quickly, like a couple hours. We're talking like 4, 5, 6 hours. I requested this one really late, and that's just my mistake. I forgot about wanting to trade first thing in the morning and maybe not being able to. As you can see, it's paused over here. But I'm figuring maybe that clears into market open. I'm able to refresh it and get started. If not, we got accounts loaded up on the left-hand side, and we will go ahead and trade away, man. That is the thought. But part of the reason I'm hopping on so dang early here with you guys. Also, I need a fixed range volume profile over here. Boom, for yesterday. So we saw what happened yesterday. Kind of a frustrating session. First off, let me see what's going on with the chat. What's up, guys? What's up? Won't be on the stream as I'm still working. Just wanted to come and say best of luck. See you on the stream later. For sure. Morning, everybody. Don't F it up. Friday today. Be careful. I'm already locked out. My account, $100 in the green. Yeah, it's don't F it up Friday, man. Market's moving. Good morning. What's up, JB? What's up, Wolf? What's up, Relaxing Zen? What's up, Tom Ward? What's up, Joe? What is going on, guys? It is definitely don't F it up Friday. So I started to see the market moving, which was part of the reason I wanted to try to get on here early, because I figured we were going to start going. This is fundamental based. Obviously, this market is just such a headline market. It's almost all based around Trump and tariffs and the U.S. geopolitical climate developing quickly. We've got I saw the posts on it. We've got some interview that was supposed to air Sunday that leaked, that, you know, Trump saying something positive about tariffs, and that might be driving the market much higher. We had heavy selling pressure overnight, right, all the way into London. We started to bounce at London, and then we took off like a rocket here at 7 a.m. Obviously, you know, we've got a 360-point candle printed here on Dow. If I go around, I've been using MES just to not have to delete everything from my other chart. Huge move out of these for pre-market. You know, we're almost 100 points in ES off of the low, 400 ticks. Obviously, a pretty gnarly movement. What I'm a little bit fearful is this is the sweep down, and now we're ready to take off to the moon. I'll frame some trades as we get ready to open up, but this is interesting. Just want to go around the horn, as they say, on all the indices with you guys. And Q also taking off like a rocket. They are moving in unison to the upside. 7 a.m. I think some of that information coming out and the market responding very positively to that. So taking a look here on actually a little bit of review from yesterday, a little bit of personal review from yesterday. This week's been a little bit frustrating for me. I hate to complain on a green week when I'm requesting back-to-back payouts, but this has been a little bit frustrating for sure. Choppy back and forth morning session, like up until everybody's pretty much had enough, and then we sell off really aggressively, right? It can be difficult, man. It can be difficult to sit through some of this stuff and try to be there to catch the volatile movements. The other thing in general, some traders struggle with sizing down. I just want to display volatility. Look at this 15-minute chart, right? Look at day over day here for weeks at a time. Look at the average daily candles that are printing. And then look at this, right? A lot more volatility. Now, this is YM. Maybe you trade NQ. Maybe you trade ES. I think you'll find the same thing. A lot more market movement, right? A lot larger session and daily ranges. A lot more volatility that is printing in all of these candles. Now, a lot of traders struggle with sizing down, with understanding where your stop loss and take profit has to go. If you're not going to size down, like I don't always to a degree, accepting the risk, accepting the increased risk with that volatility, but also accepting that you're not going to be part of all this, right? And that's where I started to feel it yesterday. And it's more personal because I was traveling. I was at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange on Monday, the Chicago Board of Trade. It was very fun, taking pictures and videos over there. I got to go on a tour. But you're not going to be in all of these market movements, and you can start to get FOMO, right? You can start to get that fear of missing out, where market starts to rip. You know, it's 100, 200, 300 points, and you're like, oh man, this is it. I'm missing it. And then all of a sudden it turns, and then it's, 50, 100, 200 points in the other direction. You're like, okay, all right, time to get in. It's just too much movement going on. I got to do something, right? And it's a death sentence. It's a trap, right? It's a trap to do that. But I'm definitely feeling it this week, right? I was no live trading with you guys on Monday, Tuesday. Monday was U.S. holiday. I ended up taking a couple trades across the live, across the personal live. This was a nice missed opportunity for me. I was trading live with you guys on Wednesday. I wasn't super confident in the setup itself, but looking back on it on another day, I'm in this bad boy for a full win. And I really had to journal that one as on the road, trading from a different location, worrying about using some mobile screens and making sure the volume's good and all that type of stuff, and a beautiful missed sell-off, right? I caught some of this after the fact, just a little bit, but this was a really nice movement to the downside, right? Yesterday, it really started to feel it, right? I sat with you guys all morning. I went no trade. I went no trade through this chop, which I'm happy about. This is hot garbage, right? This is nothing. And if I'm involved in here, right, I was looking long, looking short. I decided not to do anything. This is, where most traders get chopped up. And then the sell-off, right, after coming back up and taking out highs. But to not be here for maybe this sweep down below, pull back to VWAP and continuation and try to catch some of this move to the downside. Frustrating, man. Frustrating. And as I started to see, I got had some alerts set. As I started to see some alerts set, some, prior day low gets swept, this type of stuff, I started to feel that. I think it's really important to talk about. That's where your execution just slips. You are not at equilibrium, right? You're not down the middle, and you're jumping in and out of trades because you have fear of missing out. So I tried to give you guys the real reality of my trading, right? As I trade with you here, I try to talk about the mindset, the psychology piece, the subtle, sometimes abstract, disconnect as far as how can we do something so good in demo and so good on backtesting that when it comes to actually live trading, we can't just do what we're supposed to do. It's because of this stuff right here. This is the differentiator, right? The best traders are going to come to the market clean slate every single day, which I try to do, and trade the same way that they're going to trade yesterday and tomorrow, right? Right down the middle, waiting patiently for their setup to come. There's no setup for them. They don't get FOMO. They don't hop in, start gambling, do anything too crazy, right? So I will say, I've added a play to my playbook, and I'll wrap up on this. I've added a play to my playbook here on Dow, right? Where I do have financial news sites open on the right-hand side. I don't try to anticipate news. I don't try to decide which direction, some financial news event is going to go. I typically, and even with that, I don't trade aggressively the afterglow, the aftershock. I am adding a play to my playbook, which is trading that aftershock, that afterglow of unscheduled, extremely high impact news. Like a Friday where we drastically wick lower, crazy, and then we start to get some follow through. Maybe not the first minute or two, but as I get a feel for we have a major catalyst printing and we have a potential for a continuation or maybe a harsh reversal, I will look to trade that. What will I also do? Accept the risk that I'm putting on during a very high volatile period of time, right? That I can easily be wicked out and that trade can go against me very, very quickly. I could be slipped, all of those increased risk factors. It's going to be, game time decision as far as exactly what that looks like, but it's worth noting. Outside of that, the same old boring stuff that you watch me do on Dow day in and day out. That's been paying pretty well. So that's kind of a little bit of an overview. What I'm looking at today. Talk about this. Good morning. What's up, chat? Purple Ninja, what's up? Went against my experience. Not trade EU session. Still got $100. Don't want to get greedy, so locked it out. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Lock it up. Don't get FOMO. What's up, y'all on Kick? How are we doing? What's happening? Appreciate you guys hopping on. As always, good morning. What's up on X? Yeah, we got a bunch of people hopping on across. Hopped on early. We're gonna get looking at this market because it's moving. It's moving off the rip. So here's what I was looking at. This, as I woke up here, I thought, man, what would be really nice? We sold off really aggressively. We followed some of yesterday's structure. I like this for a reversion trade. We had already swept over here this Tuesday low, right? October 14th. And started to reverse and then came back to VWAP. And we're kind of sitting up here, right? Around 6 a.m. I figured what would be really clean for today, something I would really like, which we're not getting. We sell off a little bit. I'm looking to get into a position. I'm looking to build a long down here for a nice reversal back up to this area of high volume. That would have been very, very clean. Plenty of room on the table, plenty of upside, a ton, not even all the way up there, just back above VWAP. Would give me a way to structure risk with a nice wide stop, maybe a stop loss all the way down below this level by a few points. We didn't get that, right? This news dropped, right? They start to get reports on Trump talking. Let's see exactly what it is. I'll give you guys the write-up from the news site. So now at this point, we cracked through VWAP. We got a lot of bullish structure. We're holding up here so far. I could see potential at the open at 9:30 a.m. a reversion play where we pull back down to VWAP. We sell off. We erase some of this move really aggressively. We dip down back into this really big impulsive candle. And I look for a long for a move all the way back up here to the 46,500s, right? Yesterday's volume point of control, untested. I really like that move up there. Nice area of high volume. You can see the market structure if I zoom way out and look back into last month. Really clean level up here. But prior day's volume point of control, really easy target. Following this bullish movement off of these lows after sweeping down here, looks really, really good. I don't know if we get that. I don't know if we just rocket higher. Conversely, we crack to the upside. We continue to drive higher here in pre-market. We get some more whatever that starts to come out. I'm going to look for a short up here. Off of yesterday's volume point of control, yesterday's value area high, off of this area of high volume, the 46,550s, 46,600s, somewhere up above here. And again, I'm very zoomed out on the 15-minute chart because this market's ripping, man. I have no interest of trading the 1-minute chart on YM during this volatility. Not needed at all, in my humble opinion. But that's what I'll be looking like if we decided to come up here first, right? Thesis is, I think we're likely to move to and from these areas of high volume, right? Areas of market structure, price action. That's where I think we're going to do business today. It's going to give me a way to structure risk. I want to see either a dip down right back into this area. And again, I want to watch it for pre-market because we're moving, right? You know, part of the reason I want to be on here, I don't want to catch a trade pre-market and not be able to share it with you guys if I can avoid it. I'd be looking long down in here, wide stop loss. Maybe I run something on micros today. We just have to see. Depends if this account is loaded up. I'm running multiple minis these days in the personal account. So maybe a long play for a move back up if we don't get that first. And again, I don't know what this looks like. Maybe we come down here. Maybe we come down here. I'm going to apply some discretion as I always do. If we start to blast off or we continue to blast off here, I'm going to be looking short somewhere up in this area. Somewhere up in this area. And again, if I was drawing a zone, it'd be a really, really wide zone. Really, really wide zone. Reversion play. I would prefer this one. I'd prefer the continuation. I'd prefer that I get in following this really aggressive push back up after a day of selling pressure, overnight selling pressure, and then Trump coming to just erase the move on a Friday, pull a Friday rally. There's a risk for sure of taking a long as we pull back down where maybe we don't do that. Maybe we just straight up, which could absolutely be in play, sell off into Friday. We have a really, really aggressive bloody Friday. It's been a common trend. See last Friday. But I would look to long this thing first. So right here out of this area, I think you do have a long play. Maybe we pull back down, just sweep these 15-minute lows. Maybe we kind of chop around here. You want to take it long into the open, send it. I would have to look at price at a really key level, key area of interest for me to be jumping in here at this point. But that's why I'm here. I want to see if that happens. Now, here's what we got from geopolitics, right? Multiple comments out of Trump, right? And again, I'm not reading off of Twitter. I'm not talking about the U.S. president because I want to talk about it. I'm talking about underlying fundamentals that are causing extreme volatility that I typically don't pay too much attention to. But I have to understand the context around what's going on day in and day out. So just a couple comments from Financial Juice. We got Trump on China tariffs. We have to have a fair deal. 100% tariffs not sustainable. Trump on China trade. We're going to meet in a couple weeks. China is always looking for an edge. There's just multiple comments coming out of this. And again, around that 7 a.m., I think it was either a leaked interview, something along that line, but he was talking about it all morning, and we got this showing 7:15 a.m. Such high tariffs on Chinese goods are not sustainable from Trump, so kind of backing off. Trump asked if high China tariffs will stand. He said no. I think we'll be fine with China. So that was a lot of the conversation coming out of this. I think that that we're going to continue to see some of it, but there was a lot of backtracking here, or at least just updated commentary for that, that situation that obviously the market perceived very positively right off the bat here for pre-market. Printing large candles across U.S. indices here. So I think we could see follow through on that today, right? I really do think we can see follow through on that. Do I think we could just chop? Do I think we could turn right back down, ignore that? Sure. But first and foremost, I'm going to be looking to try to find a way in the same way that I do every day based on volume, price action, market structure, flowing with the way the market's moving. Overall, this is very back and forth, very choppy here, huge volatility on YM. I'm going to look to play off of that long, somewhere down below these 15-minute lows, all the way down into the base of this start, this 7 a.m. candle, this move. Shorts all the way up here in play at yesterday's volume point of control for a little reversion play. That's going to be my setups for today here on YM. And if you hopped on late, you're looking at my Top 1 Futures pre-live account paused. It is paused. I requested a payout late yesterday. Mistake on my part because it hasn't cleared yet. I've got another live account, personal live account loaded up. I'm going to look to trade that if this thing is not unpaused. But I really like to stare at the same chart every single day, and this is it. It's Project X. I've been looking at this now for years, since it launched with Top Step X, and I've trained my eyes on it. I do like a trading view chart as well. It's very similar, some pink volume profiles, but I want to stare at this chart. It's the same screen, the same chart. I think there's that implicit memory, that intuition, that discretion is strongest when it looks the same day in and day out. So I will be staring at this chart with you guys here. Good morning, good morning. What's up, guys? What's up? Like, sub, you know it, guys. You know it. Listen, we're here every damn day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Today we are hella early. But here, I'll throw this one in the chat. Go ahead and smash the like button. You guys know that we run giveaways. We give away instant funded accounts, straight to funded accounts. We've been doing it every damn day on these live sessions. So I think we got a pretty good opportunity for an account giveaway later today. Get somebody funded with a Top 1 Futures straight to Sim Funded Pro account. Along with that, if you want to check out Top 1 Futures, which is the account that I am trading, it's going to be my last day to plug it for the week. I'll throw this link in chat right here. Friday tariffs equals crazy. Yep, I see that. I'll throw this link in chat right here. Here's what we're looking at, guys. 55% off. The best deal that we've had since launch. You guys all wanted 50% off. Everybody was asking for 50% off. We got an extra 5% with code RDF. This is better than the email, better than the Discord, better than what you see on the site, whatever that standard code is. Shout out Top 1 Futures for supporting your boy. Code RDF gets it done. 55% off the instant funded accounts. The OG end of day trailing drawdown. No challenge, no activation fee, no unrealized intraday trailing craziness. Standard 20% consistency score, instant funded accounts. I think personally, this is one of the best offers in the industry. Put them up against the competition. Look at the price. Look at the rules. They are cooking everybody right now with this one. You can copy trade up to 5 of the 25K and 50K, up to 3 of the 100 and the 150K. No minimum trading days to pay out. You meet the consistency rule. You meet the profit target. You're getting paid. They had a 10 minimum trading days to pay out. They took that away. We got a positive rule change out of Top 1. No minimum trading days to pay out. Hella aggressive. So you guys want to check that out. Link is in the chat. If you have questions, I'm happy to yap about it. I got videos dropping on it, doing some more comparisons against other firms, breaking down the rule set, all of that fun stuff. But you guys want to check that out. Link is in the chat. Code RDF gets it done. I'll take my son to school. Be back in a few for sure. Let's get it today. Let's get it. Yeah, man, watching this. A little bit of balancing after we popped up here, right? We're coming back up to the low from the 15th, right? Wednesday's low. This was a decent area yesterday where we put a little bit of volume in here over the last few days. Obviously, this is a more key level right around the 46,000 evens here in YM. Temporary volume point of control when I zoom out this way. Came right up here, tested this low, back above some of this big consolidation near the close yesterday. Do we crack right up here before the open? I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think we might be balancing, kind of just chopping around, maybe back down to this area for the next 30 minutes or so. But I'm going to look to trade the open pretty aggressively. And again, guys, which is not... it's aggressive, really aggressive, but it's important to note I've got a play in my playbook. I've watched a lot of high impact, unexpected, news catalysts come out, and I'm comfortable putting on risk to a degree when the market starts to rip, right? If we start to sell off super aggressively. You will watch me take continuation trades, reversal trades during those time periods coming up. I won't always take them. There won't always be a setup. I won't always be ready for it. Maybe I won't have the capital that day to do it. But it is something that I'm going to look to do. So, worth noting. Worth noting. Outside of that, Outside of that, we're chilling. Waiting for this market to continue to move. Taking a look at a couple messages here, trying to stay up on everything dropping this morning. It's crazy, man. It's just so crazy how much the headlines, how much the Trump comments is impacting this market. I literally, like, I don't pay attention to news. It's not my forte. But I literally this weekend was researching Squawk, real-time low latency Squawk, which is essentially news headlines being announced to you to pipe into my headphones here, so I could be cautious of not being on the wrong side of something like Friday, or try to be, and at least be getting a little bit of the heads up as it's coming out. Not to try to interpret what it is, but just when we start to get a huge candle print, to understand if we at least have the potential to rip everybody's face off and blast in one direction or not. It's just crazy because it's not something that I've done in the past. It's not something that I've felt the desire to do at all. I really like being super technical, but we are in such different market conditions this year, and it's like nothing. It's like nothing I think that most have dealt with. Maybe the maybe Trump markets years ago. But this tariff stuff is just crazy. We saw a lot of it earlier this year. We're seeing a lot of it, over this past week, starting the end of last week, and it's just wild. It's just wild. And I think there's a part of trading where, you have to adapt. You have to try to find ways to continue to maintain your edge, to grow your edge, and to try not to be blindsided. And that's one of the ways that I'm looking at doing it. Is literally pumping in voice alerts. It's called Squawk, right? Squawk comes from like the trading. I think it comes from the trading pits that they used to say traders sounded like seagulls squawking. I think that's where that originated, that term. But they have subscriptions to real-time Squawk news alerts. You can get it from Financial Juice, but I think there might be better ones than that. That where they're just yapping in your ear all day, and you could subscribe to specific markets, right? If you want information on the Forex market, on commodities, on the US indices. And when we get something like this morning, I'm sure they were screaming, all of those updates and what was coming out. And at very least, it's kind of like an audible alert. I used to run audible alerts on Bookmap, kind of for the same reason. Very different. They were just high volume alerts where Bookmap would start like making noises or call out large trade alerts. Essentially it was called sweeps and absorption, which I can still run on here. But I couldn't fine tune it enough where it wasn't like too much information, but it was pretty cool. Like what would happen is as we came down, maybe to fill, the hundreds of orders here on ES, if I had that on, we would either get large trade alert or we would get, sweeps, certain amount of orders traded. And you could set it to call out audibly when you have a higher amount of volume being traded in a short amount of time. And obviously, as that's happening, you probably want to be paying attention to the chart, right? We got some momentum coming in. We got potential for market movement. High volume doesn't always mean market's going to move in one direction or the other. But it was pretty cool. It was an audible alert. And at very least, it can kind of like wake your ass up if you're not paying attention. So I'm thinking I'm going to do the same thing with Squawk. I just don't know if it's going to be too annoying or take attention away from the charts too much. But it's just like, it's so hard to be like, you feel like a sitting duck sometimes, like it's, I can't, I wasn't on the wrong side of this on Friday, but I can't imagine if you were like, long in here, like really aggressively long, heavy, and you get absolutely smoked, right? or even like me, right, start to watch this, and you don't know if it's just a really aggressive movement coming down, maybe to sweep prior day low or something, and it's not. It's insane comments coming out, or not insane, just comments coming out on a really, really high impact topic right now. So, just some ways that I'm brainstorming to try to adjust, to try to stay, on my feet, end ahead. Again, I like to keep my trading super simple, and I'll kind of finish up this yap fest. I like to keep my trading super simple. I find the more stupidly simple that I keep my trading, the better I do. The less I try to understand what's going on behind the market, right? Why price is doing what it's doing, creating these crazy narratives, these insane expectations. The less I do that, and the more I just say, that's the level on the chart that I want to get involved in, because I believe I have a good way to structure risk, and through historical price action and market structure and volume and the tools I use, I think maybe we have a ever so slight movement in one direction over the other. The more I just do that, the better I do. The less I mark my chart up, it's just my data. So I'm so cautious ever of adding things. I really am. But man, I don't know. I feel like most of us have to try to be adjusting in some degree or another to just this insane headline markets. And for me, again, I think the big benefit of Squawk and news events is you're reading what's coming out, right? You're understanding what's coming out, and then you're interpreting in real time, right? That's what traders are attempting to do, right? Okay, Trump said we're going to be fine with China, so that's good. The market's going to go up. I'm going to trade long. I'm doing it even in a step down, dumber way than that. As stuff is starting to happen and price starts to move at the same time, if we got crazy headlines coming out, I may just anticipate a potential for a larger movement in one direction or the other, not even trying to anticipate the movement direction, right? Just something to try to be a little bit more aware as I'm here trading intraday, because it's just wild, man. It's absolutely wild. So I don't know. I tested a few squawks, but it's always too late. I found out too much latency and algos are way faster. Michael S says, yeah, I'm worried about that also, right? So you found the market would rip in one direction, and they're how long behind? Are you talking like a couple seconds, or are you talking like minutes behind? I'm curious. I haven't tested them. I really haven't tested them out. I know a lot of top traders use them. I think most do not. But I just... Again, I feel like sometimes I feel like a sitting duck, right? I feel that like twitch on the back of my neck where I'm like, man, I talk about it. At any point, Trump could tweet. But I'm interested to hear, how long did you find? But again, like I think like for me, on a day like Friday where we start to do this is 15-minute chart, right? Where we start to aggressively sell off. Like, let me look at a 5-minute. Even if you're getting something in this candle, where you're understanding that this is not just, which it can always be, this is not just a really aggressive, volume to the downside of 400.5 minute candle. We also have a ton of comments coming out of Trump talking about a China trade war out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere. That might give you a little bit more indication to say, okay, I'm going to go hands off right now. I'm not going to take the trade I was about to take at a sweep of prior day low, or I'm going to look to trade this, aggressively. And maybe that's like not as it's happening, but it's really close. I don't know. These guys advertise like real-time low latency, so I'm probably going to test some of them. I just don't know. I don't know what, but I'll keep you guys updated. But I'm going to do it cautiously. Because, I'm done searching for the Holy Grail. I gave that up a long time ago. I think trading can be extremely simple. There's no special tool out there where all of a sudden you find it, you add Squawk to your headphones, and you got it all figured out. You could trade. No, none of that stuff. I'm talking about ever so slight context coming in to help, you structure trades or you make a discretionary trading decision. I believe that's where a lot of the edge is gained. I really do. So we'll see. Looks like Michael dipped out because I was asking a question. Didn't really miss much I see. No, not too much, Jay. Not too much. We got movement here. If you guys hopped on late, I hopped on early because I felt we had some movement here. Tried to get to my desk quick. I'm looking for potential trades long if we come back down towards VWAP. Really, anywhere all the way in here. Like, this is not, I'm not even drawing zones because I'm going to be looking, I would like to see a long off of VWAP or down, you know, a move all the way down towards the base of this push up. But we swept down here, man. This might be all we do. This might be all we do. I think we come down through this low really aggressively. We could turn this around. I'd be looking long up to this area. Prior day's volume point of control. Key area of high volume. A level on the chart that we've done business at quite a bit. I like that for a push to the upside. We come all the way up here. I'm going to be looking short up here. Back down. It's probably going to be an off the open trade. Based on how we just started to slow down here, probably going to be an off the open trade. If we come down here in pre-market, which we only have another 30 minutes before the market opens up, 35 minutes before the market opens up, I'm going to look for it. I'm going to look to capitalize on it. That's my play. I trade Dow very bi-directionally. I was definitely taking a beating on ES earlier this just recently, off of the open, taking off in one direction. But Dow, I find, loves to go back to high volume, loves to respect price action and market structure. Volatile, big point movements, but you get these impulsive pushes off of key levels of high volume. These big sweeps of highs and lows, and then reversals, and I like to trade that. Good morning, trading crew. Yes, I saw Zach jumped on early. I was shocked. Oh, you know it, man. We're here. What's up with YouTube? We got a bunch of people hopping on. X, we got a bunch of people on X. What's up, Twitter? See if we can't take some trades, man. As you guys can see, because I see people are hopping on as we go. We're on nice and early. This account is technically paused. I requested a payout yesterday. Let me actually see how many this was. Hang on. Yeah, it was not a smart move. But I requested a payout. I think this is my 4th or 5th payout. I don't want to, I don't ever like to be inaccurate with that type of stuff. Small payouts, nice base hits, getting me paid. I got this account Monday or Tuesday of last week. This is my 2nd week trading a Top 1 Futures pre-live 15K account. Got kicked from an instant funded. It's my first prop firm live account, so I always like to tell you guys where I have experience and don't have experience. I was super excited to bring this to kind of share the experience as I go. Hopefully be able to work towards some payouts. Super nice run so far. Nothing crazy, no insane windfall $5,000 trades, nothing wild. I'm limited on how many contracts I could trade. 1 mini, 10 micros. I've been working with that on Dow and racked up green days. I had one small red day, I think $190 out of the 2 weeks that I've traded it so far, which has really been an overperformance for me. I certainly will not have that high of a win rate in general. I will say what I've done well on that is execution. I've had some really nice missed opportunities. But what I've done well is some nice execution. I've wanted to test payout spreads. I've wanted to take risk off the line, and I've continued to take payouts. Probably going to back off that. Probably going to start scaling and hope to scale up, be able to trade larger size, wider daily loss limits if I needed, which I don't need right now. I don't want to lose, half of the account in one day or anything like that. Some stuff that I've done not so great, area for improvement, which I just continue to try to figure out how to find the balance, is holding on to winners. I've had numerous trades so far on this one that I did not need to take base hits on, that just ripped in my direction. Absolutely ripped. So one area for improvement, and again, that comes with like the style of trading, right? Your goals for the account, your desired risk exposure. But I'm going to have to start holding on to trades. I'm going to have to allow trades to move in my direction and come all the way back to stop me out in the pursuit of larger profits. My data is showing that I need to do that. I can hold trades for a really long time. I just, I've been discretionary with it. I've gone back and looked at my trades. I've had reasons for closures, but I could have squeezed a lot more out of all of them, out of literally every single trade. I think there might have been one that came back pretty quick where it was a really nice close. So hold my trades, right? Otherwise, along with that, if I don't do that, I'm going to end up with a really positive win rate and a really negative risk to reward. And I don't like doing that. I don't think it's very sustainable. I think a couple quick L's, full stops are going to really eat into profit. The only other notes I have, gotta take these opportunities, man. This was Rhombus. You were on for this one. We had most of the team on this one for Wednesday. This was a beautiful one, man. And I remember it specifically because we were having a conversation. I actually went back and looked at what I was saying because I articulate on the live streams. It's pretty sweet. I can go back and watch my face in real time and hear what I'm saying and why I didn't take a short. I said, I wasn't going to take it above prior day high. I had this level in mind. I called this out multiple times. Was looking at multiple key levels, points of control. We were talking about shorts versus long. We were talking about coming off of these lows, right? The market structure is so aggressively pushing to the upside, bullish prior day, bullish pre-market, bullish into the open. And I think that slight bullish bias and fear of taking a short, along with just the distraction of being out of my element. I wasn't home. We're on, mobile screens. I'm worried about, the hotel Wi-Fi and all that type of stuff. But this was a beautiful one, man. Anywhere in here would have been very minimal heat, and the market dumped, 600 points from where I was looking, and this would have been a full profit. And, I talked about it a little bit yesterday, which I think is important. Missing a really good trade opportunity means you missed profit, right? You missed building a buffer, you missed a payout, you missed whatever it is. And the next day, if you come to take a really good trade, right, a beautiful setup, and it doesn't do what you think it's going to do, it doesn't work with you, your edge doesn't, play out, it just rips against you, well, now you took a loss, and you might still be up because you had a win from the day before. So it's not to carry that with you. You got to come clean slate. You got to forget what happened. But, not 9 a.m. candle coming in hot, but not missing really good trade opportunities, right? Not having poor execution is important, really important in the long run. So, but again, here was a demonstration of not worrying about long versus short in this market, right? Not carrying too much of a long bias, right? When we were talking about it, market absolutely ripped lower. ES I found off of the open was moving very directionally. I had some not so hot results for a while. Maybe some natural losses, but market's very strong overall. You do want to be cautious taking shorts, right? You don't want to be just taking crazy counter trend trades all day and taking L's, getting chopped up. There was quite a while there in the U.S. indices where you just wake up and hit buy at all-time highs and you're making money. But trying to read the chart objectively and be ready to execute without reservation or hesitation is super important. Super important. Great job. Morning, everyone. What's going on, guys? What's up, Big Frank? What's up, King EF? What's happening? We're on here early, man. I was looking for pre-market trades. Like this really, I really wanted to hop on here and check this out. I went no trade a couple times this week with you guys. I'm going to attempt not to do that today. But I'm looking long around VWAP. If we get a pullback down, maybe a sweep down even lower than that towards the 45,700s. Really aggressive push down. I'm going to look to build a position long. If we crack to the upside really aggressively right off the open, I'm going to fade it. I'm going to fade that move back down. I don't know that we don't turn this into a green day. I kind of believe we might. I think this could be a really nice base getting built down here, and I would prefer the long today. I really would. I'd prefer the long on a pullback. But we're going to have to see. We are less than 30 minutes from NYSE Open. I'm really happy to be on here early today. I want to be ready to trade this bad boy. And yeah, like I was talking about, I took a payout out of this bad boy late yesterday, which is proving to be a mistake on my end. I just really wasn't thinking. I'm just kind of following my my current approach to this live account, which my goal was take payouts as they come available, right? I think I try to practice what I talk about, and what works well for me is not getting ahead of myself, right? If you're a trader that's working towards your first payout, right? That should be your goal. As soon as a payout becomes available, regardless of what it means for your account, you didn't build a big buffer, you're not going to have a lot of room to work with. Forget about all that, man. Take your payout, right? That's what I've done in the past. You get kicked to a live account. Maybe you haven't had a prop firm live account. I've traded live accounts for quite a while. You want to test payout speeds. You want to see what happens, how the account works, how it gets paused, all of these types of things. You want to pay yourself, right? You want to put yourself in a position where maybe you've taken a few $1,000s out of the account. You've taken, half a dozen payouts. And then if something starts to go south, you've already put yourself in a position where you've made money, right? You're risk-free. Everything is kind of covered. You're playing with house money, right? You don't want to come in and say, I'm going to put huge risk on right off the bat, build a huge buffer, and take a $25,000 payout, right? Well, you're foregoing maybe the $500 payout or the $1,000 payout or the $2,000 payout in pursuit of this huge goal. So I think baby steps, building is the way to go. So that's been my approach. Like I just said, I'm going to back off that. And start to build a buffer and look for longevity, right? But I didn't do that last night. Took a payout, another one. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if this gets paid out and the account gets unpaused today. If not, that's what I'm looking at now on multiple screens. It's probably gonna be the personal live, which I'm going to trade in the exact same manner with you guys live here. I think I'm going to stare at my Top 1 Futures Project X platform here with you guys. And I will share exactly my exact trade, which I've done in the past in Discord, screenshots of the trade, screenshots of the account summary, screenshots of the actual execution, matching exactly what I've talked about. I've shown you guys on Bookmap, on order flow in a way that you can't fake, or at least that I can't figure out how you could fake order flow, putting on a limit order above or below price and watching it actually come on the book. That's one thing that you can't do without a live account. You can't throw 20 lots on NQ and without the margin to do it, without the capital. You can't throw 20 lots on NQ and have it pop up on everybody's order flow, right, on the DOM, without actually having a live account. So if you guys need to see that again, we can do that. It's fun. But so far, chopping around here, waiting to see, man. Looks like we're going to be waiting for the open on this one. I think we're going to be kicking off pretty aggressively at 9:30. I would definitely be cautious today, guys. Overall, like we talked about, Trump comments have been wild. Talked about maybe trying to test some squawk, piping in some squawk into my headphones. I don't know, man. I think it might be too much for me, but I'm probably going to test it. I'm going to look to trade this aggressively this morning, but with increased opportunity, increased volatility comes increased risk. So whatever you do today, structure and accept your risk. I don't think there's an argument against doing that. Against saying, I know how much risk I'm putting on the line, and if it moves against me, I accept that, right? If you don't do that, when you take that loss, you're going to go on tilt, or you stand a really high chance of going on tilt. What's up, Trader Soma? What's going on, guys? Let me know what you're looking at this morning. You guys got trading questions? Feel free. I'm happy to talk to you. I ask that we try to keep them on topic, but sometimes everybody starts asking random questions, and if you're an OG and we're talking about something halfway related to trading, I can maybe take it, but I'll ignore the random ones. Let's see. Colby, what's up? Another day, another dollar. Was able to enter at 45,670 during the night, up over 500. But looking to hold longer, honestly. Wait a minute. 45? You got 45,670? Dear Lord. Kobe. Insane, man. Insane. Not a bad entry right off of this low, right? I can see where you were coming from on that one. Hop out to the 1 hour. Ooh, got a little bit of lag going here. Don't lag out on me now, Project X. Beautiful, man. Insane. Yeah, buy order. But nice. 5 micros. Nice. Really nice. Super aggressive. I have not been running my pre-market orders. My pre-market orders for a couple reasons. Mostly just because nothing's set up really beautifully. We've been moving so insanely fast that it just is making the case against doing that. Yeah, man, this is probably going to be micros for me today, guys. This I shouldn't say that. We're trading the personal, so I'm taking on more risk in the personal. Yeah, just measuring out some volatility, man. It's gonna be pretty aggressive. It's gonna be pretty aggressive. We'll see. I want to wait for a push higher, but I don't want to be greedy either. Yeah. Listen, no, I have no comment or no real thought on direction there, Kobe. But I think the obvious is if you got in at 45,670 and you've capitalized on 550 points to this time, your opportunity for, capitalizing on 1,000 points if we blast off at the open is absolutely there. Your opportunity for having that completely erased is there, right? And holding into NYSE open is definitely a risk factor, right? With more risk comes more reward. You just have to stick to your guns, right? If your strategy is, I have a target set at 46,400, right? And that's not hit yet. And my approach in general every day is to, have my buy limit orders hit, and then I hold to a take profit. That's what I got to do consistently. And if it comes back to stop me out or it comes back to break even, that's just part of my approach. Then do that, right? If it's discretion, try to apply your discretion fairly consistently. But yeah, it's a tough call. It's a really tough call. That's why I think it's important to say, what am I going to do day in and day out, right? What am I going to do consistently? This way, I don't know what's going to happen today. I don't need to know to make money. I don't know if we're going to rocket all the way, another 500 points in my favor, or I don't know if we're going to sell right back off to my entry. But I'm going to do the same thing day in, day out, take my losses, I have to take them, take my winners, I have to take them, and move on. If you apply discretion, apply your discretion. But, again, the more discretion you apply, the more inconsistency you're going to have, so there's trade-offs with this. Definitely trade-offs. Good morning, team. Rich, what's up? Purple Ninja, what's up? Rhombus, what's up? We'd really like to see him move back to view up before we go up. Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you guys, I'm kind of cautious on this one. I'm kind of thinking that we might get a kind of frustrating move out of this. That was a really nice sell-off yesterday, Wednesday, overnight session, right? Really nice. We came down, tested these lows for this crazy wick down here, came back down through this. I don't know that we don't just blast off at the open and flip this into a big green candle and it's bulls back in town on Friday, right? we didn't get this news up here, and then we want to sell back off, sweep lows, take everybody out, shake out weak longs, and then push up, right? We already got this structure in the overnight session. So I don't know. I think there's absolutely a potential where we just blast off. I'm looking at over here on Bookmap, looking at ES. We got orders to the upside. We got a nice positive and growing cumulative volume delta. If I take a look at YM, it's not as helpful. We don't have crazy orders down below. We got some orders up above. If anything, pretty light on Bookmap here for YM. Got some volatility. Got some orders coming off the book right there. Yeah, but for me, I'm looking for the same thing. Purple Ninja, I'm really looking for the same thing. I don't have a play where I just get involved here because I think it's going to go up, and my stop loss is in the middle of all this. I'm looking, if you guys hopped on late, in general, entry point, right? Somewhere down here on a pullback. That's what I'd be looking for, a long. Give me a way to structure risk. Give me a way to jump in long. If we don't do that and we pop to the upside, I'm going to be looking for something like this. Back down to VWAP, right? And again, guys, this is the 15-minute chart. These are huge movements. We're not talking about, a couple points here. We're talking about, hundreds of points here. So somewhere up into this area of high volume, if we popped at the open, I'm going to look to fade it. I would like the long a lot more than I would like the short, but I'm going to be ready to execute on either side. So that's my stupidly simple approach for trading YM this morning. I'd love to buy into a pullback showing strength through pre-market London on a news catalyst into a very bullish market outside of some of this craziness that we've had here last week into this week. If we don't do that, I'm going to sell into a pop up to prior day's volume point of control, area of high volume, market structure, price action, a key level where I think at very least we're likely to find some sellers have somewhat of a reversion, somewhat of a bounce. If we just blast through, we just blast through, right? If we just blast through here, we just blast through, right? That's the risk of trading. You're not gonna be right every day. And I'm due for some L's, man. I've been too high in this account at least. In this account at least. Let's see. Last Friday, I burned an eval and took a small hit on a funded. I may just stay out of today, given all the crazy news. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, dude. Nothing wrong with that at all. Today, I think, is likely to be wild. It's Friday. We got news coming right here. Not news. We had a catalyst, right? Trump talking about China. It's don't F it up Friday. As Wolf said, and everybody's favorite saying is, don't F it up Friday. I think more traders, or at least I see more traders make mistakes, come out of their standard approach, go on tilt, blow accounts on Friday. I don't know exactly why. I have to assume it's mindset and psychology. They are trying to push into the weekend. They're trying to, no, that's exactly what it is. It's usually the guys that haven't made money all week, and they're trying to make up for those losses, or they've made money and they want to push it even further and they blow it on Friday. I've watched a comment from old floor traders, pit traders, that have said Friday was called like the Losers Club. Friday afternoon in the pit at the Chicago Board of Trade or the Chicago Mercantile Exchange was called the Losers Club or the Losers Pit, because the only guys that were still in there trading into the close on Friday were the guys that didn't make money all week. Most people are going to wrap it up and say, okay, good week, I'm on to the next. So, take that as you will. Take that as you will. And first and foremost, trust your data. Maybe you kill it on Friday. Maybe you're an animal coming back on Friday and that works really well for you. If your data shows that majority of Fridays you blow it, you really mess it up, maybe you don't trade Friday. Maybe you back up and you ask why you keep blowing and going on tilt on Friday, right? If you notice a trend. Anyway, guys, we got about 12 minutes to NYSE open. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab some water. I want to be ready to trade this open with you guys. All right, chat. Chatty chat chat. Let's go. Let's see what we got. 9:20 a.m. Let's see what we got. Let me know what you guys are thinking. We got a little bit of time. We're hanging out. We're on nice and early. Let me know what you guys are thinking on this. You guys looking bullish? You team bull or team bear here? I'm gonna throw the poll in chat. I'm curious. And what I'm also gonna throw in chat before market opens up. Boom! You know I'm gonna yap about this, guys. It's just too crazy. It's too crazy. 55% off. No minimum trading days. Code RDF gets it done. Copy trade up to 5 accounts. Wild from Top 1 Futures. Put them up against the competition. Do your own research. I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I'm biased. I stand to make money, so I can't be unbiased. Do your own research. I would encourage you to do so. Put them up against everybody else. They're celebrating 6 years. Excuse me, 6 years. 6 months and $16 million in payouts. I'm gonna throw this poll in the chat for you guys. I'm curious. Y'all looking at this to the down. I know where Wolf is looking. I know where some of you guys are looking because you're just perma bulls or perma bears. Rhombus, I'm sure you're looking up, right? See, I'm starting to get to know some of you guys. There we go. Poll in the chat. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. You guys looking at this as an up day or down day in general? Now, I'm not saying off the open. You think we're going to close this with a green daily candle across the U.S. indices? You think we're going to close this with a red daily candle? I'm actually interested to hear what you guys have to say. Team Bear, Bull, pull back and push up, I would say. Okay. Choppy day. There you go. I'm looking up on the 9th week. I'm looking up on the 9th up week for micro gold. Oh, yeah, dude. Gold has been on. Listen, bro. Congrats if you were able to find your way into a long on gold. Gold has just been on an absolute rip your face off. This Tyler, Risk Life News is so funny. He did this meme. It was hysterical. The market's in Ripper Magoo, rip your face off, go F yourself mode. No shorts, all longs. It was so funny, that meme. But yeah, gold has just been out of a rocket, straight up. The daily chart's insane. I don't know that I've ever seen a chart like that. It just is absolutely insane. It looks like a meme coin. It's just crazy. You could have bought at any point, and as long as you weren't over leveraged over the last couple of weeks, just, held on for the most part. Or the last couple days was insane. I don't trade gold, so I just, it's not part of my trading in general. I do the stonk thing, right? In personal live accounts as well. Those have done exceptionally well, right? In general, everybody feels like a genius when it comes to stocks, as the U.S. market is at all-time highs for the most part, unless you're picking obscure names out of nowhere or something. For the most part, but yeah, pretty wild move out of gold. So yeah, guys, just as a heads up, I'm getting ready to trade this open. I have my personal live account loaded up on the side. It's gonna mess me up here. I don't think this is going to be unpaused. If you hopped on late, I was talking about it. This is a Top 1 Futures live account, technically a pre-live account. I requested another payout yesterday late, and that's my bad. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't realize it wouldn't clear and that it wouldn't be unpaused for today. So unfortunately, I might not be able to hit the buy and sell button on this bad boy. I'm going to leave this chart up. Like I talked about, I really like looking at the same chart day in and day out. If I take a trade, I'm going to put it on this chart, call it out aggressively and accurately with you guys. What's going on? What's going on here? Come on, don't do it to me into the open. There we go. Cool. All right. We are ready to roll. Ready to roll. All right. Let's see. About 3-4 minutes to the open, guys. Again, I'm looking aggressively long. Preferably down below VWAP. Preferably right down here below VWAP, down into the 45. I would love it off like the 45 800s if we got a really aggressive crack lower. I'm going to look to jump into something fairly aggressively. Wide stop, wide take profit, right? It's going to be a larger trade today is what I would anticipate, right? Just based on this volatility, especially if I'm trading multiple minis in Dow. If we crack to the upside, I'm going to be looking short. I'm going to be looking short up here. If we pop immediately and aggressively to the upside, I'm going to wait for somewhat of an aggressive entry, maybe for some hesitation. I'm going to stand to risk getting my face absolutely ripped off. If we just blast off, we don't give rats you know what about prior day volume point of control, about this area of high volume, and we just rip, I'm going to be on the wrong side of it, right? And long from down here with Kobe would have been the play, right? So that's my thought process, right? Sell zone up here, buy zone down here. I would really prefer a long. I'd prefer to find my way in long. Looks like you guys are team bull, 80%. Multiple of you are looking at a long today. I would like the same thing. Like to find my way in long on a pullback, but I do not come into the trading session here on YM, especially with a bias, and look to trade in one direction only. It's not how I do it at all. So let's see. 2 minutes to go. Again, guys, we got a account giveaway probably later today. Probably, we don't know. Probably a straight to sim funded pro account, maybe an instant funded. I don't know. If you guys want to hop on the stream, hang out with me. There's no purchase necessary. I run giveaways every dang day. I got to get a banner on this because I don't think my graphics show giveaways. We run giveaways every damn day. No purchase necessary. Form drops. You don't have to ask about it. You don't have to ask me 47,000 times. You'll know it. Zach, today's Friday. Just do a power hour stream for fun. Demo account on TradingView, long or short sort of thing. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll trade some evals with you guys or something. We'll buy some evals and we'll YOLO them maybe from another firm. To be honest, given how I usually screw up Fridays, I should just sit out. If you're data shows you that, then trust it. Sit out. You know what? Why would you keep hammering your gas on on something that's not working? That's not what we get paid to do. And if you're thinking that, honestly, if you're even saying that, Wolf is saying the same thing. If you're thinking that, if you're even that's in the back of your mind, you probably should at least be sitting out today so you can kind of get a feel for what's going on, because you're going to be not ready to execute. Let's see. Got my ticket hotel for Tampa. Let's go. Awesome. Hey, everybody, ready to dig out of the hole? I got myself in. Trader Julie Kate, what's up? Awesome. I'm hyped to meet you. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. I'll talk about that in a minute. Edmonds, what's up? Does it look like the Dow drops most days of the open? Back and forth. Guys, we are opening up right now. I am ready to roll. Like I just talked about, it's a very uncommon situation where I have an account that's paused and no other prop firm account to trade with this one. So I am looking for trades with you guys. I'm going to be trading live here, as live as it can get. I'll try to make my my live account make a sound when I'm getting in and getting out. This way I'm not full of shit. But unfortunately, I did not get the payout processed in time for this one, so we'll see. But markets opened up. I'm not going to repeat myself any longer on areas that I'm looking for longs versus shorts. We got some serious selling pressure here on ES right off the open. I'm going to leave ES bookmap here over on the left-hand side. I would really like a long. I'd really like a long on an aggressive sell-off here on Dow. I don't know if we get it. But let's see. Good luck, everybody. You shouldn't need luck for trading. You should be trading your system, trading your approach, sticking to your guns. Yeah, again, guys, I don't have a trade on it. I don't have a trade on just an immediate crack off the open. But I'm cautious that we just rip higher. That we just take this and we run with it. I don't like the short as much. I would like the short if we popped right here. We didn't come back down to VWAP. We didn't come fill any of this big impulsive move, this imbalance. We didn't come and even sweep down below this low. If we just pop to the upside, I wouldn't mind the short back down. We sell off first. I'm going to look for it long. Let's see. Appreciate everybody hopping on. Welcome to the show. If you're new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures, aka Real Deal Zach across socials and YouTube and all that fun stuff. Trade live here on YouTube, 9:15 a.m. Eastern every day, 100% free. No VIP, no course, no mentorship, no crazy, nothing. I yap about companies and prop firms that I'm partnered and affiliated with that I stand to make money from, and I'm happy to be transparent about that. Do your own research, make your own decisions, buy something, don't buy something, do whatever's best for you. I genuinely mean that. I'm also going to yap about the in-person event that I'm speaking at, that somebody in the chat was talking about, that they got a ticket to, in Tampa. Super psyched. Did it last year. I'm grateful to get invited back. I'll show you guys the graphic for that in a little bit, but right now market's open and I'm focused up. We are going to see what we get out of here on Dow. What you got for me today, Dow? ES starting to turn back up to the upside. This looks like we want to go, man. Again, really no trade for me in this area at all. We blast off from here and pop right back up here. No trade for me yet. I'm going to hang tight on that. Putting highs of the session in right now, pushing to the upside. Yeah, because someone said choppy day. Could just be a choppy day. Could kind of just start faking everybody out on larger movements. Could just get that choppy day. I don't think so, though. I don't think that we get a choppy day today. All right, so far a little pop to the upside. Maybe we just start to run higher on this. No pullback to VWAP. We just start to get this big push to the upside. Going to be looking short way up there off the 46,600s. Somewhere around that level. Morning Chrono, what's going on? What's up, everybody? Talking in the chat. Good to see you. Check my eval data. I blew the account last Friday. It's actually been a while since I had a bad Friday because I don't usually do that. Pretty happy about that. Good. What's up? What's up, Portia Live? What's happening? Kick ass and shoot bubblegum and all of bubblegum. ES not touching my zone, not getting in. Nice, nice. I've been eval with a little on it. Might take something if I see a sweep on MGC. Nice. Everyone concentrating. I can see it on the hands and faces staring at the screens. Oh yeah. Yep. It's lock-in time. Market's open. ES is running highs. Looks like it's pushing towards these 6680s. We got quite a bit of liquidity up there on Bookmap. Do we blast way higher on ES as well to prior days volume point of control? We go and trade all the way back up to the 715s. I think we could definitely see that. I don't know that we do it yet. Don't know that we do it yet. But we're here focused on YM, trading 46,315 right now. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see, chat. Ooh. Aggressive turn to the downside out of ES after getting close to some key levels of liquidity up there. Similar move out of Dow after sweeping this high. This is pretty dang volatile. Again, guys, recognize I'm zoomed out on the 15-minute chart. That's how I like to trade YM specifically here, especially when the market's ripping everybody's face off to the upside and downside. I don't need to be on a 1 minute. In fact, I need to be on a 15 minutes so I could see market structure, price action, look at key levels, or at least that's what I prefer to do. But this is volatile. This is volatile, right? This ain't no slow moving market right here.
Let's put some gravy on it.
Let's see. Let's see. (9:40 a.m. Eastern). Nothing on the board today as far as scheduled financial news events and data releases. Obviously, like we talked about all morning, we got a wild card. you guys know the wild card situation. We had a lot of that, obviously providing some crazy movement through the pre-market and overnight session. We'll see if that continues. But yeah, man, this thing is starting to turn. Dow holding up pretty strong here. Gun to my head, I'm short back to VWAP from here, but I don't love this as a setup. It's a little early for that. It's a little bit early for that. I think we could still just pop right back up, take a little breather here, and then continue. We're making the case for it. We're making the case for it up here, and I think there is a trade here, which is I think we're likely to come back down to VWAP and below, or come right back up to this area of high volume here. And you're dead wrong if we come right up to this area of high volume. You're on the right side of it if we start to sell off down here. I just don't love this for a risk structure, and I'd like to be short up here, like I talked about, and potentially long off of something down here. But this is the first thing that I'd be eyeballing, really aggressively short. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. It's not at. It's really not at a good spot for me.
Let's put some
If we got another pop up here, just to kind of throw this out. If we got another pop up here, and then a turn down, maybe with like a half risk type of deal, just test a short. But I don't know that I want to get involved over here. We'll see. That looks like we want to make the case for it. I'd rather, I think, wait for the long. Just chilling. Good morning. Cook Smith, what's up? Trader Soma, what's up? We're hanging, man. We're hanging, seeing what we can do today. Seeing what this market's got for us today. Wick up and a push right back down, man. Pretty aggressive coming back down. This does look like we want to head back down towards VWAP. Looks like that's going to be the sweep of our overnight high level and a turn right back down into VWAP. At least that's what we're making the case for so far. Looks like NQ and ES are doing the same. They are more aggressively selling off back down towards VWAP. Hmm. Taking a look at ES bookmap over here. Yeah, we got levels to the downside. This bad boy's been selling off on a growing cumulative volume delta. That might be pullback and ready for upside here. Again, I'm no trade so far. Nothing too crazy. Area of interest up here, areas of interest down here. Like I said, we could just blast off from here. This looked like we wanted to pull right back down to VWAP on Dow right off of the open after sweeping a high. Not a terrible trade to the downside if you wanted to take it back to VWAP first. I want the long over the short, like I talked about today. I think for some obvious reasons, looking at this pre-market move, but I'm sitting patient so far. Coming right back up on this one, trading back towards the 230s, 240s here on Dow, back towards this high, 250s, 46, 250s. This is kind of interesting. I'm still sitting patient on this. We're still early, 9:48. We're not near either one of my really key areas of interest. If I had to try something, for me, I think the only trade is the pullback back down to VWAP, looking for a short towards that. Like I said, I'd like the long over the short in general today. In general, there's a way to structure risk where you say, I don't think we're coming up here before we tap VWAP first. So I'm going to trade for that. This was pretty interesting selling pressure out of all of the U.S. indices right off the open, and now turning back up to the upside. That might be all we do, right? Like that could be all we do. Just a little bit of sellers, you know, coming to pull this thing back down and then immediately take back off, and you know we're pushing higher. Making the case for that right now. Looking at Bookmap over here on the left-hand side, my favorite order flow tool. This is showing live liquidity in the market, resting orders above and below price. Looks like ES wants to go and grab some liquidity here. 1,000 on the book up there. Let's see if that actually stays there. Continuing to drive higher after just a little wick up, pull back. If we get a very strong move out of this one, man, this might just be the start here. Going back towards this high. Kind of locked in here, guys. Sorry for not talking so much, but I was trying to see if there was going to be a short opportunity in here worth it to try to ride this bad boy back to VWAP. I think, you know, we're getting a second chance for it. I don't know, man. I think it's a little bit aggressive for me. I'd want to give myself a second trade, and I just don't like taking trades where, like, if I'm wrong and I get stopped out, I'm going to want to take it again, you know? I don't like taking that type of trade, and that's kind of the situation is where we are, because I'd like to be short up here. You know, if we drive higher off the open, right up to prior day's volume point of control, I wouldn't mind being short on it. To run all the way back down to VWAP presents a really nice opportunity, really nice risk structure. It is after a larger movement to the upside. I think we could wick right back down to VWAP on this thing now, and it's not a terrible risk structure to run something like this. It's just not it, man. Looking at ES and NQ, pulled back close to VWAP, and now we're driving right back towards this high. This looks like they could want to go. A lot of volatility coming in on that one, guys. Again, still not in short. This is not a good invalidation point for me. I prefer the long over the short. Some serious momentum right there jumping in. Let's see. All right, let's change this music up. Yep. Aggressive movement up here. I'm going to look to short it off of prior day volume point of control right into that area of high volume. If we get there. Could absolutely just drive way higher. We got ES filling some liquidity up here. This might just be the peak up here that we have to do. Yeah, I got to wait. Got to wait on this one. So right in here, we might not get that. Let's see, chat. Hanging out, trading live with you. Got a crack to the upside out of these. This might be all we see today, man. It might be the big push higher, huge green day that starts to form. I could see it on the daily chart. It really does look like that. I liked the long on a pullback. We got nothing that was acceptable for me. It looks like we did give something that was a whole lot better on ES and NQ before this drive higher. Didn't get it on Dow. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But let's see where we go from here. Chat, what's up, man? Giveaway over? No. Giveaway, we didn't run the giveaway yet. Long from 66.47 on ES. Looking to add above 66.74. Nice. This man is long and adding into winners. Very nice work. We gonna go, or are we gonna turn on this? Yeah, this is strong, man. This is really strong. Really strong. Looking at ES bookmap over here. Very positive cumulative volume delta. Pushing all the way to the top of this chart. Pretty aggressive movement here out of the US indices. Dow following suit. Debating taking this one a little bit early, guys. I think we kind of got a trap setting up here. Very strong to the upside, bullish push. No pull back to VWAP, no pull back to fill any of this to the downside. I just don't have a great way to structure risk with this area up here. I'd like to short this. I was getting really tempted on the short, guys. It's just, this is going to be a tough one. I try to decide where I want to get in, where I want to get out, where I'm going to allow discretion. Was getting really tempting. I think this is a trap. I think we're coming back down on this. I think we're going to sweep aggressively down through this area, crack VWAP, take everybody out that got long on this off the open. I could try it. I just don't like the risk structure. I don't want to stop in here. I'd have to try it twice. I'd have to take a stop, and then, and then near my stop loss, come all the way back in and look for another one. I'm not going to do it, but I got a good feeling I'm going to watch this one play out in the direction that I'm looking at. Really, really tempted on shorts up here. It's counter to the initial move. It's how I trade YM, and here we go. We got it playing out. Yeah, I think this is a trap. It's proving to be one right now. Yep. This one's not a missed opportunity. This is not like a Wednesday. This is not a good risk structure to have in here. Really not a good risk structure for me to have in here. But this is what I was looking at potentially playing out. I'm gonna grab a glass of water, guys. I'm getting good read of this, getting good feel, but I'm gonna try to keep myself from jumping into anything too quickly. It's 10 a.m. 10 a.m. candle opening up. I'm gonna grab a glass of water. I'll be right back. Let's see, chat. Let's see what we get. Wanted that one short, too. On another day, I get my face ripped off, and I'm not happy that I take it. But today, I'm not going to be happy watching it sell right back off down below VWAP after faking everybody out twice. Yep. Looks like we're headed nowhere fast at the moment. Yeah. Yep. We come back through this high. I think we're headed right back up here. We continue to chop like this. We start to turn back down. I think we're coming right back down through VWAP. I don't know that I'm going to have another beautiful setup. If we pull all the way back down, I'm going to potentially look long on it. But I think I want to try this thing short first. And maybe just go stop near session high up here. Still not anything yet, guys. Excuse me. I think we come right through this to the upside, all the way to 46, 500s, 600s, all the way up to this area of high volume, or we turn back down, we catch VWAP and a pullback. I'm really tempted to short it at this point. I would want to short it again up here, so I might pull something with like a half risk trade. The no pullback to VWAP and the pop right off the open is a pretty strong indication that we could turn back down. It's not an ideal entry point, but I think I'm going to try this one. Still no trade for me, guys. I'm sitting patient. This is a tough one. It's a tough one. For me specifically, the problem is I just don't love the risk. I don't love where the invalidation point is. It's just not a good invalidation point. I got a good indication of one thing happening over another. I'd like to exercise that that thesis. I just don't want to be in a position where I'm in a short with a stop loss in an area that I would still like to be short. It's not really where your invalidation point is supposed to go. Could try it down here with a stop near this high, which is what I'm debating right now as I'm watching this, but this is this one is interesting. Sitting patient for now. Sitting patient for now. We got ES and NQ going to grab some liquidity up here. NQ pushing highs. ES looking pretty strong. Could just be the run straight off VWAP, man. But I'm looking at the same style reversion trade that I look to take almost every dang day here on YM. I just don't know that we get all the way up to prior day's volume point of control. That we come up to this area of high volume and we don't catch a turn right back down in here. Back down towards VWAP, and that's what I'm looking to potentially trade for. I'm just trying not to get involved too quickly, and not just wait for a better entry area. But I'm looking at this thing short right now, guys. Still waiting. Still waiting. Here we go for a push to the upside across all of these. Do we head right towards that next area of high volume? Do we just run today? ES running liquidity, running through highs, strong CVD, bullish push. No pull back down on on YM that would have allowed me to get in, at least something I was comfortable with right off the open. Looks like we did get a little bit more out of NQ and ES on this one. I'm glad I've waited so far. I'm still interested in the short back towards VWAP, but I think I'm going to be waiting for a big push through this key area of high volume here. That's going to be my my thought process. We still could turn up here. Could just be sweeping these highs one more time, faking everybody out. This felt like a trap on YM. This felt like a trap everybody long off the open and come right back down through towards VWAP. Maybe I'm carrying just too much of a one-sided view as far as the way the market moves here on YM, on Dow, but I'm not sold. Here we go, continuing to push a bit. NQ continuing to push to the upside. ES continuing to push to the upside. Longs off the open, longs into the open. Looked like a pretty solid play here. A little bit of a turn here. I got a good feeling I'm gonna watch this one go without me, but I'm trying not to do anything that's too out of pocket. This is gonna be interesting. Oh. Go 100-point turn off these highs. Just not giving me the spot that I need. I got a feeling it's not going to give it to me today. Still sitting patient on this one, guys. I gotta read of this, but I just can't execute on it. Anyway, I'm gonna hang with you. I don't want to go no trade on this. I've had a couple no trade sessions. I got strong indications today, and I just don't have the setup that I need to take them. So I think it could be a frustrating one. I'm gonna see if this gives me maybe a second chance entry to look for a quick short on this. I'm looking at this as a trap to the upside, where we're gonna come down, take everybody out that got long right off the open. Standard pullback down to VWAP on Dow. I just did not have a clean spot to take it with this big area up here. Prior day's volume point of control, value area high. I'm tempted on it. If we kind of squeeze back up to the upside here, I'm probably going to jump in short and just run it. See if we don't get this movement. Because if I watch it play out, I'm just gonna kick myself. I'd rather take the loss and then and then look for a follow up if I have to. But I think I'm gonna have to exercise some discretion on this one. Yeah, man. Anyway, let's see what you guys have going on, chat. What's up? What's up, chat? We're going higher. 617s, 18s, proper resistance. Short on 6700 ES reject. Trying to remember that. 6700 ES, obvious short resistance. Sure. Thanks, proceed back to basics. Yeah, you guys are talking about a whole bunch. Let's see. Heading nowhere fast. Low-key breached my account. Still a skill issue. Going back to basics. Bringing out my journal. I'm glad. What a community. Appreciate you guys. Happy to have you guys on here. Still patient. Still no trade for me. Watching this one. You're going to hear some huffing and puffing out of me. Watching this one. Was waiting for an ideal entry. I'm glad I didn't jump in really too aggressively on the way in here. Or down here. Got to push up, swept above this high one more time. This felt like the trap on the way up. No pullback to VWAP off the open. Was looking short, called out this area multiple times. We didn't quite get there. Was really tempted up here. Still tempted. Now it's a chase. This was the entry if I wanted something really aggressive with a stop in here to say we're either coming back down towards VWAP or I'm dead wrong. This is now a chase, so I'm just gonna sit patient. But I've had quite a bit of that this week, man. Really, really close. Some missed entries, some just a lot of movement. I'm trying not to FOMO into anything as the market is moving and is volatile today, as it has been all week. But it does get a little bit tiring, if I'm being honest. It's a little bit tiring. But that's part of it. You got to sit patient, wait for your setup to come. Put your trades on without reservation or hesitation, in the wise words of Mark Douglas. And run it. But been hanging out here for quite a while, man. We've been streaming. We hopped on really early. Looked for that pre-market setup that we really didn't get anything too crazy for pre-market. Kind of just chopped around. Pop off the open here. Now maybe a turn back down. We could just grind higher. We could just have this really big back and forth movement. And sometimes you look back at a day like this today and you're like, yeah, we were just pushing higher. We're just grinding higher. You know, I'm looking for a short in an area that maybe I shouldn't be looking for a short. But for me, it's a short play back to VWAP. You know, there's not a continuation where I just get long here with a stop loss just randomly in here, or down at VWAP. It's a reversion play. Strong push overall, though. Strong bullish market overall. Interesting to see ES do whatever the heck it's doing over here on a very strong cumulative volume delta. Continue to take out liquidity to the upside. Really drove through this. Got close to those 6,700s and then immediately dropped away. Dow, not too much going on Bookmap, which is why I'm running the ES Bookmap. Coming up on that 10:30 a.m. time frame where we're going to get initial balance set, that IB high and low. Sitting patient, chat. Sitting patient. Capital preservation, man. You are a good example for us all. Yeah, it's not fun. It's oftentimes not fun, but that's part of it. You know that confirm buy button is delay me even on my active hotkeys. I also get stressed out if I'm not seeing executed. How do I automate more? It depends on what platform you're on. Depends on what platform you're on. But you should be able to like remove that. Like that confirmation screen or whatever, you know, for whatever you're on. Maybe 6718's first proper resistance. Maybe. Maybe. Streamer Hub, game over. I don't know what that means. Yeah, then I read some of the rest of these. Again, guys, just sitting on this one, man. Sitting on my hands for now. Looking short. Waiting for an ideal entry. I think I'm gonna try this one. Probably with probably with a half risk for me, so I could give myself a follow-up trade. Because I just don't know if I'm gonna have my stop in a good position. I don't know if we're not gonna crack really aggressively one more time to the upside. But if we go and run these highs, we are really making the case that we want to move up to this next area of high volume. If we get a little bit more of a squeeze out of here, I think I'm gonna have to take it because this really was a decent play. Not anything amazing. I'm jumping in short on this one, guys. I'm gonna play this one to the downside. I am jumping in short on this one. Right in here. I'm gonna go stop loss above this high. If we're just gonna drive higher today, that's gonna be the stop. If we are going to push lower today, I want to see us back down to VWAP. I want to see this be the fake out move to the upside. Initial balance high not get taken out now that we're at 10:30 a.m. And I want to see a continuation of the downside. If we come back through this high, I think it's a really obvious push that we're headed right back up to this area of high volume. We come right back in here aggressively, pushing through these highs, right back up to this area. If we do that without even any return, maybe there's a really aggressive short play, but at that point, we are, we're talking, 1,000 points off the low on a big daily candle forming to the upside. So I'm going to look for this thing short, play this to the downside. And if we come up here, again, I'm at this point, after consolidating here, turning to the downside, we break initial balance high and start to push through. I think we're more likely to continue to the upside. I don't have a long. I won't have a long up here. I won't have a crazy continuation move on this. So I'm going to play for the back down to VWAP move on this one. So that's what I'm looking at. Again, this account is still paused. It's my top one futures pre-live account, the 15K. So I am trading a personal live on the side. But this is the call out. This is my trade. Again, not financial advice, not a signal, not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Could absolutely just continue. Just get my face ripped off to the upside here. Pushing higher, right? Just get a continuation right through these highs. But this can be my play. It's counter to the overall movement, but that's fine. That's how I trade YM. So let's see. We got a 15-minute bar closing the downside after sweeping the high. Initial balance high set all the way up there. If we come down and break the low, I really do like it. I like it back down towards VWAP. Maybe for a push down into that really aggressive 7 a.m. Trump candle. That's going to be my play. That's going to be my play, chat. That's going to be my play. So, now we got to trade on. We can hang out. See what we got going. All right, chat. What's up, Andrew? What's up, Rhombus? More breathing room. Zach using bookmap on YM. This is ES bookmap that I'm actually running over here to the side, but I do have rhythmic data for YM. This is YM's bookmap. I am using bookmap for YM. I don't have a ton of experience staring at the bookmap chart for YM, so I'm leaving both up. I'm still keeping an eye on ES. I'm not completely disregarding ES. Although I am fully focused on YM here intraday with you guys on these charts. I have a really good read, or at least I like to think I've got a decent read on ES bookmap. I've been watching it for a while. I understand a bit how it moves around key levels, how it moves around liquidity, how cumulative volume delta moves. So I'm still leaving this one up on the side. Also kind of gives me a second chart. Get a feel for what ES is doing over here on the left-hand side, even though I don't like to confuse myself that much. But this is YM bookmap. It's just a much different order book, man. It's just a much thinner book. It looks significantly different. Cumulative volume delta does not change nearly as much throughout the day. The way that price seems to respond to these levels of liquidity is different. So, as I'm getting more comfortable with that, we're running ES over here on the left-hand side as well. But let's see if we get some selling pressure here. Let's see if we can get rolling. We had Go Bulls. All right. Been a rough summer on the 50K. Switched to the 150K. Made life easier. Passed 150K today. Very nice. See if we can't catch a little W here, chat. starting to get some sellers. Now we got decision-making time here, right? We going to come back through to VWAP on this, or are we just going to get a little wick lower before continuing doing what we were doing? That's going to be the question. That's going to be the question. Again, guys, this account is still paused. You're seeing something. I would try to talk about it when you see something different out of me. I'm not a fan of doing what I'm doing right now. I'm not a fan of trading on some other account that you don't see an execution on. I agree that that's mostly a bunch of bullshit. I trade this account live with you guys every day. I took a payout late on it, which I'm happy to post in Discord. Yesterday, that did not get approved yet. It didn't clear. That's my fault. It typically clears very quickly, but and you can request a payout every 24 hours. But I didn't realize requesting one later last night was going to have me not able to hit the buy and sell button on this. So I'm calling this one out. This is my trade. You know that I'm taking a W. We come back through VWAP. You know that I'm taking an L if we come back through the 46 500s. I'll call out management here with you guys. I'll talk about it. I'm happy to yap about it after the fact. And again, as you guys know, I don't set hard take profits. So technically, let me actually fix this up. So technically, no take profits set over here on the front end. We're just showing a little one-to-one down through VWAP would be a pretty nice play for this one. If we start to aggressively push lower, I would really like it. Like where I was looking for the long, I would really like it into this, big impulsive candles to the upside. Why is Project X lagging on me? Down to the bottom end of this area of high volume, right? Back down into this market structure here. I would like it a little bit lower. Talked about, right before I hopped on, talked about being able to hold on to my trades for a little bit longer, trying to work on that. So we'll have to see. I would love for this to be, what I'm aiming for. Trap. Getting set, bullish movement through London, pre-market, bullish movement on news, bullish movement off the open, popping higher, sweeping higher, and then sellers step in to rip it lower. Even if we're going to make a really, really nice, even if we're going to form a big bullish day, what do we often do on the US indices, right? We come and take everybody out, right? We go and pop all the stops that are down in here. If you were getting long on this, if you were taking the exact opposite trade, you probably got a stop right in here, right? That's a pretty obvious spot. Maybe you got one all the way down here or below low of day. But even outside of that, just a return to VWAP, volume weighted average price, area of high volume, key spot from yesterday, right? Lows that we put in, where we kind of consolidated as we started to push from this 7 a.m. move. So we'll see. Do I know what's going to happen next? Nope. Not with any degree of certainty. Take my L's on the chin, and just keep pushing forward. But so far, we got a little bit of a reaction. This is today's current volume point of control, looking on the trading view chart that I have over here on the right hand side, just to kind of show you where we're hanging out right now. Should be pretty obvious by all of this structure put in here, but let's see. Yeah, W's in the chat for Mike Z. Love it, man. Love it. We love getting evals passed, man. Working yourself towards payouts. So anyway, guys, I'm in short. While we are hanging out here, I'll talk about something that somebody else mentioned in the chat today. Outside of top 1 futures running 55% off. These are the accounts that I'm trading. I'm trading a pre-live account because I got kicked into a live account. If you want to check this out, it's the account that I worked to the pre-live account from. Link is in the chat. Code RDF gets you 55% off. No minimum trading days to payout. This is the best deal that I believe we're going to see all year. I don't think we're going to get a better one than this. I think this is going to be the sauce, man. 55% off. It's the best one they've run since launch. If you don't know Top One, they've been here 6 months, over $16 million paid out to traders so far. Hella bullish on Top One. Along with that, if you want to check out an in-person event We know they are few and far between. I got invited to speak at the Tampa ASFX Futures Boot Camp May 14th and 15th. This is a paid event. Obviously, you got to buy a ticket. You can use code RDF to support me, support your boy. Like I was saying yesterday, transparently, even though, you know, the team tries to help out with everybody's expenses and things like that, this is going to be an expense for me. I paid to go out there last year. I'm going to pay to go out there this year. I would be more than happy to see some of you guys out there. I think the in-person stuff is next level. Outside of hearing from strategy, approaches, mindset, everything from everybody that you see on here, getting to be around and trading next to a room full of 100 of your peers for 2 days, there's nothing like it, man. It's really sick. So it's 2 days. I'll be out there. More than happy to see you guys. Be trading live directly, you know, in the same room with everybody. Again, there'll be some panels, questions answered, talking about everybody's stories, everybody's journey. Yeah, man. And then Austin does a great job with his team of kind of laying out their whole approach, their strategy, the tools they use. And you get so many different perspectives. As you can see, there's a ton of on this roster, man. With more people coming. This ain't even it. He's got more big traders planning on coming to this one. So if you want to check that one out, link is in the chat as well. Alex, what's up? Alex is going to be there. We saw somebody else from earlier. Ms. Venture, going to be there. Going to be sick, man. Listen, you know, obviously these things are expense, right? You got to do what's best for you. The in-person stuff, they're almost non-existent. They're very few and far between. There was one last year, right? There's one this year. Other traders, some of them do things like this, but for the most part, getting because I think there's more guys listed on this, getting a big panel of traders together, guys that are heavy hitters, right? Not talking about myself, but a lot of heavy hitters on this list. Certified prop killers, live account traders, everyone in between. And again, there's some more people that are, I think, tentative to come out to this that I think everybody's going to be hyped on. It's just few and far between, man. So check it out. Details in that link. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask in the Discord. You can hop in the free Discord. That link is pinned to the chat as well. I'll be more than happy to see you guys there, man. More than happy to see you guys there. And since we are hanging out, yeah, I'll show this one. Since we are hanging out, we got a trade running back to right around break even on this one. Although we started to get some movement. We are going to get ready to run a giveaway. That's right, guys. That's right. We're going to get ready to run a giveaway. We got a ton of people on here right now, right? And I've been streaming with you guys for 2.5 hours. Got a long session, right? The like goal is going to be heavy. Going to be heavy on this one. 100 likes today, chat. 100 likes. We got 50 people on. We've had 250 that have hopped on and off. I'm fairly confident that there's probably a small group of you that are on here right now that have actually hit the like button. If you all hit the like button right now, I bet we could run this up to 100 likes, no problem, get a form to drop. So we'll get ready to run this one. I'm going to go ahead and get the form ready. No purchase necessary. I will throw it on the screen once we're actually dropping it in chat. Simple form will drop. You get it filled out. This is going to be for a straight to funded account from Top 1 Futures. No purchase necessary, no challenge, no activation fee, none of that fun stuff. We'll get somebody funded today. And if you miss it today, I do giveaways every damn day on these live streams. Be more than happy to have you guys on. If you don't win today, maybe you win tomorrow. Let's see. Somebody tell me if Dow starts to sell off. Let's get this form set up. We'll get you guys funded here, man. Have some fun on these streams. Appreciate you guys hopping on. I really didn't say it today because we were talking a lot about the markets, doing some review. I am grateful for everybody that hops on these streams. I'm not the best. If you don't know me, quick introduction. I'm not the best trader in the world. I don't have it all figured out. I don't claim to have some magic strategy. I don't have a course or a mentorship that I'm trying to sell you. I'm not on prop firm leaderboards. I still make mistakes, right? I still lose accounts. I still have issues. I don't claim any of that crazy stuff. What I do is trade live here every dang day, 100% free on YouTube, Kick, and X. I also run a 100% free trading community. I think I've got some juice. I'm in a Top 1 Futures pre-live account, 15K, that I've taken my 5th payout on yesterday, right? That's actually still paused for a payout. But you don't have to take my word for anything. I don't have to tell you about any of that stuff because I just trade live. You can watch it play out in real time for yourself, right? You can decide that guy sucks or that guy's great. Happy to run it like this. I also am always transparent. I'm partnered and affiliated with multiple different software companies and prop firms. I yap about them. I promote them. I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased in those areas. I think it's a nice mutually beneficial relationship. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to buy anything to be here, to watch me trade live, to be part of the community, to ask me questions, to do whatever you want to do, right? If you want to support yourself and get the absolute best deal, code RDF is going to do that. If not, absolutely no pressure. I encourage you to do your own research and find the best opportunities for you when it comes to prop firms, software, all things trading related. All things trading related. Watching this thing continue to form some bullish structure. Can we get the continuation lower? This wasn't looking too bad. This wasn't looking too bad. We had some volume to the downside here. Seller's gonna take this thing lower, or are we gonna just rip right back through? Right? We come right back through this high. I think I'm cooked. It's gonna be an L. We start to come down through VWAP. It's gonna be a W. It's gonna be a W. Time will tell. Time will tell. Let's see, chat. 71 likes, 51 people on the YouTube live stream, 66 on Twitter. Damn, Twitter, what's up? You guys got active today. What's going on? Just as a heads up, Twitter, because I really haven't posted too much to you guys. I'm going to post some links for you. I'll post some links for you, Twitter chat, since you guys are hanging out on there heavy. If you want 55% off Top 1 Futures, what's up? We got some people on here. I see you guys in chat. What's up? You want 55% off of Top 1 Futures? That's the deal running right now. Code RDF gets it done. You want to come and hang out in Tampa? I'm going to throw that link in here. You want to come and hang out in Tampa, trade live for a couple days, get around some heavy hitters and your peers. Here's the link to the Tampa ASFX bootcamp that I am guest speaking at. Lastly, but not leastly, if you want to hop on YouTube and get a chance to win a straight to funded Sim Pro account from Top 1 Futures that we're about to give away once we smash the like button enough times, there is the link to YouTube. There is the link to YouTube. Feel free to hop on, guys. As we are watching this market push right back up, not liking this movement at all. Might have to go wick out, take Zach and everybody else and their mother out before we sell off. We might just be pushing higher. I do think if we come through these highs, we are likely headed to this next area of high volume. But we're fixing to find out. Fixing to find out, as they say. Let's see what we get. But let's see where we're at on likes. 73 likes. I don't know, guys. I think you can do better than that. We're going to drop a giveaway. Drop a giveaway form at 100 likes. Drop a giveaway form at 100 likes. Here, I'm gonna throw these two in chat because I saw somebody else ask this again. There's the 55% off Top 1 Futures. Here is the Tampa Bootcamp event. Code RDF for all these bad boys. You want to check it out. Details on that page. Last but not leastly, pinned to the chat is the 100% free trading Discord. More than happy to have you guys in there hanging out, sharing your journey, getting the sauce. Pinned in the chat. 100% free. No VIP, no course, no mentorship, none of that stuff. Appreciate everybody that hops in there. Got over 2,000 members. Crazy. Crazy. Let's see. Do it so I can like it twice. Look at that. How the likes jumped up. Oh, yeah. You guys like the giveaways. Yeah, we're going to get there. That guy is real. Hey, listen, man. If I'm nothing else, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be real with you, right? You might watch me take an L right here today. We might take a win today. We're going to watch that play out live. Meanwhile, I'm struggling, just itching to get a payout. Yeah, it's part of it, man. Part of it. Right? Part of it. Twitter is waiting for the Trump dump. Don't know if we get it today. Excuse me. Hit the likes. I need a duck race. Gotta have multiple. I liked on 4 different accounts. You guys are supporting the stream, liking from 100 different accounts. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Now, if you guys are on, if you're on X, if you're on Kick, if you're somewhere else, I stream to those platforms, so you guys can pick your preferred streaming platform. Kick is really high quality as far as low latency and resolution and all that fun stuff. It's kind of the Wild Wild West on Kick. They've got a pretty bad rep for a whole bunch of nonsense that goes on their live streaming platform, but I'd like to stream where everybody is. So if I have the opportunity to stream to multiple places, I'll stream to multiple places. Twitter, you guys got hella lag. You got mad latency on Twitter. I don't know if you guys know that when you watch live streams from Twitter. So you'd probably be better off on YouTube or Kick. I also can't read your chat. I can't read anything that you guys say on Twitter. I try to check it every once in a while, but those are just the facts. But I'll stream to Twitter because, like today, we got 67 people on X. 67 people on X. We got another 50 some odd on YouTube. We got a dozen of you guys on Kick. I got 8 of you guys on Kick. Refresh. Appreciate it, though. We got a bunch of people hanging out on a Friday, man. Seeing if we can't catch a W here, man. Let's see. See what this market's got for us. Come on, Friday sell off. Come on already. I'm getting bored. Yeah, Wolf. I don't know, man. I don't know. This could just be slow movement higher, right? We could just be in for that slow grind higher today. I think it's a real possibility. Obviously, I'm not trading for that movement, but I do think that's a real possibility. I would have loved to see this continue. I got to acknowledge, I would have loved to see this continue. This was really nice. I would have loved to caught a quick wick back down to VWAP. We're holding up here. I don't like this really at all. I'm not a fan. Not a fan by any means of what we're doing here. We're making the case for another sweep of these highs, for a come and pop stops on everybody that got short. We're making a case for just a slow grind higher. I don't like this at all. I would have loved to see this next 15-minute bar open up to the downside and immediately wick lower, crack another 100, 150 points to the downside, give me a quick W. I really would have liked to see that already, to be very honest with you guys, which I always am. So we'll see. We'll see. We're not dead yet. This is tricky, though. This is tricky. Let's see. Yeah, guys, we got a giveaway rolling coming up at 100 likes. Feel free, smash the like button. Don't smash the like button. Do whatever you want to do. Free means free. I'll be here streaming free and running giveaways, whether we get 100 likes or not. But today, giveaway at 100 likes. Feel free to smash that like button. Like and subscribe. Here every day, 9:15 almost every day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Trading live. Happy to have you guys on. And in the free Discord. Pinned to the top of the chat is a 100% free trading Discord. Let's see, man. What do we got, YM, man? What are we going to do here? What is this? You know, what is this? You guys went from heavy on Team Bull to more balanced. I'm going to end that poll. 62% for Team Bull. That was your results there. I don't know. Not too much conviction out of the chat today. Getting some more sellers in here. Try to take it lower. Decision-making time. We coming through VWAP? We coming down to VWAP? Let me not even say through VWAP. We coming down to VWAP at least? Or are we just going to push right back through? I try not to hone too much in on price action. I like to focus on market structure. Hence me super zoomed out on the 15-minute chart. But let's see what we can get out of this one. Oh my God, my mouse is dying. Oh no. I got a laptop next to me, so we're not dead yet, but that's not good. We got the death flash on the mouse. Hang tight, chat. Is his battery alive? Damn, we killed an Energizer Ultimate Lithium. That's how much I sit at this desk and trade and do other stuff. We're killing Energizer Ultimate Lithiums. Wow. All right. We're not quite selling off, but we're pulling back. Let's see. About a halfway to a TP here. Not going to look for anything too crazy. I would like a push through VWAP for a little bit. Can we get it? Can we get it? Come on, can we go and pop stops? I think we might. Can we get a Friday W, chat? Can we end this week off strong? Taking multiple payouts? Take a W in the live account? This a live account trade we got it going on here today, guys. It's a personal live account trade. We got some real money on the line today. Let's see what we get. Let's see. Can we come down and crack VWAP? I'm gonna be if we come down around these lows, this is an area for caution right here, right? We got, if you're a trend line guy, if you're a channel guy or girl, this is obviously a trend line channel. We got some lows that have been putting in higher lows here. We could turn right back to the upside and just continue our drive higher. But I'd really like to catch a little bit of a sweep lower right into VWAP, where I'm going to look to snag this one. We could absolutely see a push down here if we wanted to hold on to something for a really nice move to the downside. Could see a push down here. I've been now at the screens. This is a long live session. I'm almost 3 hours with you guys. We hopped on nice and early. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what it looks like on the way down. ES is continuing to sell off into liquidity to the downside. It's a tricky spot, man. We could turn from right here, right? I want to. I always want to make the case for the other side of my trade. Could absolutely turn from right here and come right back up, crack highs, and head right back to this area of high volume. I like the entry. I like the continuation of the downside. I like that sellers are trying this. We pulled back up, tried to move higher. Sellers brought it back down again. Nearing VWAP. It's a tough spot. Tough spot. Let's see. 77 likes on YouTube. Let's see, man. Are we gonna come right through and end it on an L? We're just gonna fake everybody out to the downside now. Blast right back up on volume through these highs. Come all the way through. Take out this area. Come all the way back up to prior day's volume point of control. Are we gonna wick lower here? I'd love to see the continuation. It's not a fast move to the downside whatsoever. Again, this is a dicey spot. This is a dicey spot. I think we're gonna find buyers here, right? People waiting for the pullback to look to get long on a day like today. I think we're gonna see a lot of that, but I'm hanging on. Hanging on. Come on, guys. Smash the like. Got to get ready for work, but want to duck. Yeah, almost 80 likes. Almost 80 likes. To be fair, we can't put that much faith into a poll less than 1K votes. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. 66 votes. How is that live funded account working for you? Every time I have a sim funded account, I struggle, but I don't struggle with evals. Yeah, live funded account's sick, man. This one's awesome. I'm grateful to be in it, to be able to share the journey with you guys on it. I took my 5th payout. Again, I think 4th or 5th payout. I can confirm in Discord. But I took my 5th payout on it after yesterday in 2 weeks. Daily payouts are sick. No consistency rule is sick. No minimum trading days to pay out. Uncapped, maximum withdrawals, all that type of stuff. The limitations for me are not really too big of a deal. So I like it. But to just touch on what you're talking about, every time I have a sim funded account, I struggle but I don't struggle with evals. It's psychology. It's mindset, right? It's the psychology of risk being put on the line and the difference between having actual skin in the game or just trading on demo, right? We're all heroes on demo. Everybody on their practice account puts up hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? It's easy. You're trading, you're entering and exiting, but why can't we do that in a funded account, right? Like there was a guy on Twitter for a long period of time that would share a lot of his pushing right back up on this, that would share a lot of his journey, that was sharing how he was struggling with eval, struggling with funded accounts, struggling with different things, and then he would share his trading in the practice account, like a Top Step practice account or a Project X practice account. You can get one with Top 1 futures, and it was like, he'd be putting up like, $30,000, $50,000, because you're trading risk-free. You're just doing things that make sense. You hold on to your winners into oblivion. You cut your losers short. You're happy taking small paper cuts on the way to huge profits. You can put on big size without, your interpretation of market structure and price action and all the tools you use getting completely skewed. It's different. It's just different. And you have to come through that, right? To come through the other side of that. That's the challenge. That's the challenge of scaling, right? Of coming through demo into the smallest amount of risk on the line and then continuing to scale, right? I would like to scale up in live accounts. I would like to scale up in this account. In personal live accounts, I'd like to put more risk on per trade. There's a challenge there. There's a challenge there, right? Why can we trade like heroes on backtesting and demo? There's no skin in the game. There's no risk, right? Nothing changes, but everything changes, right? It's the same as like, if you are... you're playing Call of Duty, right? Instead of you're actually in war. You're driving a racing simulator on a Formula 1 car versus you're on the Formula 1 track where if you go too close to the wall, you die, right? You're walking on a tightrope, the Tom Hogarth example. You're walking on a tightrope when it's on the ground, 3 inches off the ground. As you raise it up, nothing changes. It's the same tightrope, it's the same skill set, but all of a sudden, everything gets different. Fear of heights kicked in. You start sweating. You start getting nervous because if you fall, right, there's real risk. Same thing in trading, right? Same thing in trading. It's a challenge. How do you try to beat that? You scale slowly. Demo first, then the least amount of money that you can put on the line, then more and more and more, as you get more confident, right? That's the comment out of me. Trump speak. That's why the price dropped. Is Trump talking? By the way, guys, we're running a giveaway soon. If you guys can hit this. Giveaway at 100 likes. Got a trade playing out here. Seeing what we can do. You guys are at 80 likes so far. A couple more, you smash the like button, we'll be ready to go. Kobe Clark, hoping for a slow grind higher today since I'm still holding. Jeez, man, you are hanging on. We'll see. I have my trailing set just below VWAP. Gotcha, man. Gotcha. Nice. Nice hold, dude. Nice hold. Let's see what we could do, chat. Let's see what we could do. That's what I was checking. Is Trump actually talking? Getting the push back up. Buyers not letting this thing drive lower just yet. I hate that we didn't get a quick wick through VWAP. I hate that we got this right here. Like I said, tough spot, tricky, could reverse from down here, could find buyers. I think we are finding buyers, obviously, right now. Price pushing back up, trading 46 280s. Got close to cracking VWAP there, but this might be all that we do before we just blast right higher through highs and continue to the upside. Don't know what's going to happen next. We got close to VWAP on all of these and are finding buyers here. Based on my entry, not able to grab profit on that, right? Maybe on another day I get involved more aggressively up there, but not yet, not today. Not today. So, we'll see. We will see. Trump trade advisor, Navarro. We don't see tariffs raising the cost of manufacturing. We won't see manufacturing jobs until capacity gets built. Yeah, they're talking all day, man. Who the hell knows? Talked about earlier, maybe trying out some squawk, getting some real time, or as real time as you can get. I think it also would just be fun while I'm trading live with you guys to get the most updated, like who's saying what, you know, at least so I could call it out for you. As long as it doesn't distract me too much. Huge stack of orders here on ES. Massive stack to the upside. 1,500 lots at 66.80. Jeez, man. But let's see, guys. Let's see if we can run this duck race. You guys are close. 82 likes. We have 312 people that have hopped on and off the YouTube live stream. We got 50 sitting here. We got a bunch. We got 67 on Kick. Crazy, man. I used to stream to one person, and the one person was myself when I first started. Literally nobody. It's awesome to have a community like this. It really is. I'm almost at 12,000 subs on YouTube. A few thousand on IG, a few thousand on X. Pretty sick, man. It's really awesome. 2,000 in Discord. I'm grateful for it. Appreciate everybody that hops on. I really do. Add in some way. I liked like 2 times. That's okay. Add in some way for Kick users to like over here. All right, you know what? I'll be even about it. See, I even listen to you guys. I'm nice about it. Let's call it 94 likes. Edmonds and all of you guys that are talking about it. You got a whopping 6 people right now on Kick. So here's what we'll do. I'll make this easier for you guys. Giveaway at 94 likes. I made it even easier. 10 more likes, you guys can run this giveaway. I'm gonna count everybody from Kick that's not able to like anything. This way they don't even have to come over here. There you go. And everybody's gonna get the form today. X, I don't know. You guys don't like anything ever. But I'm gonna give everybody the form today since we got so many people on here. Started the stream early. It's a long stream, man. Going on 3 hours. But we're hanging out. We're hanging out. Oh, no, 100. 100. 100 likes. Oh, you thought I had 66. Yeah, we got like 70 on X, on Twitter. Crazy. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate y'all hopping on. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm also running a giveaway straight on X for those of you that are giveaway fiends. Got another giveaway for instant funded accounts or straight to sim funded accounts, whatever what is the giveaway for? 250K instant funded accounts on X. No purchase necessary, likes, retweets, all that fun stuff. Let's see. Tested this area multiple times. Buyer's not driving it higher, man. Really slow moving. I'd love to see this thing come through the low. I don't know, chat. I don't know. But I'm going to hang on to my trades. Let them play out with you. Let them play out with you live. There we go. Here we go. Let's see. It's about to drop. I think, actually, Zach will get... I actually think Zach will get this. Actually, Rhombus, damn, what are you, surprised? I'm just kidding, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, man. You know, there's a saying that goes, everything that happens, everything that price does in between your stop loss and take profit after you enter is noise. Right? You know, that's like a set it and forget it mindset. And a lot of people trade that way. If you use discretion within your trade management, like when you actually close, when you take profit, you know, you don't run fixed certain things. That's not exactly true, right? You're reading market generated information. You're reading what the market is doing, what price is doing, whatever tools you're using, and you continue to adjust. I think it's more difficult to do that. I think it's best reserved for, you know, the more experienced traders because you have risk on the line. And just like we were talking about, it's more difficult to go from demo trading to having risk on the line and actually executing well. It's more difficult to manage trades effectively when you have a P&L flash in your face, right? When it's a difference of, you know, hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars in live capital, like this one is for me today. So, you know, I think for the most part, most traders, if you're struggling in general or you're just starting out, you should be setting your trade, entering, setting your fixed take profit and fixed stop loss, and letting that bad boy run. At very least, if you do that, and I don't think that that's the best way that everybody should trade. That's the way that I trade. At very least, you can track your data and say, hey, this isn't working, or hey, this is working, right? And, you know, I can adjust. Hey, a lot of my trades make it to halfway to profit and then come all the way back to stop out. Hey, a lot of my trades continue dumping my direction. But if every time you get in, you close for a small win, close for a small loss, you add in, you scale out, you move everything around, you never know what the hell is even going to potentially work in the first place, right? So starting to come to the downside on this one, man. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it, chat. Let's see. Can we do it? Or are we just going to sniff VWAP one more time? Can we do it? Or are we just going to grab VWAP one more time? YM, man. YM. That's a gnarly long wick to the downside candle. We come back up through this entry. It's going to look like trash. Locked in for a second here, guys. I'm sure you're getting close on the likes. We're going to drop a giveaway form here in a couple minutes. But I would love to take a W. Again, guys, I am discretionary with my closes. I am I am getting ready to close this if we start to crack through VWAP here. Yeah, I'm interested to see what we get. This one's going to test me. This one's really going to test me. Finding buyers near VWAP again. A lot of volume out of ES. Big pop right back up to the upside. Close, man. Close. This is feeling like it could be the problem. This right here is feeling like it could be the problem. We made the decision multiple times not to come back up through my entry point. After dancing around here quite a bit. Long wick candles, price action looking really good. This VWAP is an effing problem, man. Was looking for a little dip right down below this area, but this is a problem. This is a problem. Let's see. ES got close, NQ got close. ES tapped VWAP. Got extremely close. Could be one of the frustrating ones, chat. Could be one of the frustrating ones. Yeah, I'm going ahead and setting a fixed take profit down here, though. I'm going ahead and setting a fixed take profit. Oh, we got close. Got close on my 15-minute chart. It's going to depend a little bit on the time frame that we're on as well. But here on Project X and on TradingView, I don't have VWAP getting hit yet. Small pullback and then continue to dump. Drops below 15-minute VWAP. It's going through to the 200 EMA, 4,600. Her mentality loves round numbers. I like that. I like that. Holds at 46,106 is beginning 1 hour fair value gap. Looks like it wants to sweep liquidity to the upside before going down further. Trading is tough, especially when price is close to your TP. Messing around. Oh, incredibly, man. You got to make a decision, right? You got to make the decision. You know, what are you going to do every day? Are you going to close your trade at, you know, 70% to the TP, 80% to the TP, right? Are you going to close it every trade at a 0.7 when price gets close and it might turn around on you? Are you going to hold? Are you going to use market generated information? Are you going to go stop loss to break even? Are you going to allow it to come back on you? You know, what did I say when I started this stream? And it's going to be frustrating to do with you guys here. It's going to be tough. But what did I say when I started this stream? My data so far in these live accounts on YM is showing me that every trade actually but one, I think every trade but one continued further than my take profit, indicating that I'm closing too early, I'm taking profit too early, and have I just held on longer and risk the trade coming all the way back to stop me out, I would generate more profit. That doesn't mean that I won't have days like today where maybe we get close and price does this, right? But I'll never get take profits if I close here every time, okay? Right? You know, that's the trade-off. That's the difficult part of trading. It's a double-edged sword. You know, you got to look at your data. You got to look at your personality, I think your technical abilities, what you can actually handle. But that's the way this works, you know? And I think just try to decide what you're going to do over a decent sample size of trades and then watch it play out, right? But so far, my data does not tell me at all that every time my trade gets close to the take profit, it comes back and stops me out. It says the opposite. You close, for 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 R, and the thing goes 2R, 3R, right? Is that going to happen today? Is that going to happen on every trade? No. We don't know. And you have to have the really frustrating days of it getting close, showing you some small profit, and coming all the way back to stop you out. If you're ever going to have the larger profit days, or just the standard profit days, right? I'm not looking at anything crazy out of this for a little sweep through VWAP coming down to check out these lows from 8 a.m., right? Not looking for anything too crazy there. So you got to make those decisions, right? And right now, that's the decision that I'm making, not to close this in profit and allow risk to be completely taken away, allow this capital to be taken away, right? This unrealized profit and this risk on the line, right? In the pursuit of holding my trades, to full take profits, larger take profits. You make your trading decisions as you see fit. I think you make them over large sample sizes and you adjust from there, right? You adjust from there. $98 likes. Oh, what happened here? Hang on. You guys know what time it is as we're hanging out watching this incredibly frustrating trade. Now we'll see. Someone said you're going to speak into existence. Listen, man, when I make decisions like this, I really try to remind myself what's on the line. And if you're not okay with that trade coming back on you, if you're going to get really frustrated if Trump makes a comment right now and this thing rockets, you better close out. You got too much risk on the line. You're over leveraged. You don't trust your system. You don't trust your approach. You don't trust, where your orders are being placed. But whatever the reason is, just, get out. Do something different, right? But when you make your decisions, stick to them. Or at least try to until you come up with another decision that's being made for some information, based on some market-generated information or whatever rules you allow yourself to operate within. All right, let's run it, yo. Let's run it. Giveaway form is live in the chat. I'm trying to actually pay attention to the screen here, but giveaway form is live in the chat. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. We've been on the stream for hella long today. Here you go. Kick. You guys got it on Kick here as well. I'm going to give it to you guys on X for those of you that are hanging out on X. Excuse me. 10 minutes to get the form filled out. No purchase necessary. Don't fill it out more than one time. Don't spam the form. The only thing you're going to guarantee if you do that is guarantee that you definitely get banned for the future. What happened, X? Why can't I see you guys? There we go. 71 of you guys on X. As the market gets really close to my TP and is going to come all the way back and stop me out. That's what I feel like I'm going to see today. I feel like I'm going to get that one with you guys today. Let's see. All right, chat. Giveaway form is live right now. Trying to pay attention to this trade as we are getting closer to VWAP here. And I'm also trying to get you guys the forms. Giveaway form is live. YM trading 46 100 even. Let's see. Giveaway form is live in Twitter as well. This is a giveaway for a straight to sim funded pro 50K account from Top 1 Futures. No purchase necessary. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to do anything outside of fill out a form. You don't want to fill out a form, you don't have to. Free means free. You can hang out here, trade live with me, hop in the Discord. Take advantage. Do whatever you want to do. But if you want a chance to win a Top 1 Futures 50K straight to funded Sim Pro account, that's what we're giving away today on this giveaway form. While you guys are filling that out, and while we watch this trade turn around on me, a couple points from the take profit. I'll be right back. All right, chat. Back in action with you guys. Giveaway form about to get closed out. Go ahead, get it filled out. Do whatever you want to do. Don't fill it out. We're going to give away a Top 1 Futures 50K straight to sim funded pro account. That's what's on the docket for today. As we watch this trade, find buyers off of VWAP. Wonderful. Just wonderful stuff here. Just wonderful stuff. All right. I'm going to give you guys about another 60 seconds. Go ahead, get this form filled out. My mic on. Go ahead and get this form filled out, and we will run this giveaway. If you just want to check out Top 1 Futures, this is the deal that is currently running. 55% off instant funded accounts. You can copy trade up to 5 of them. No minimum trading days. This is the best deal that we've gotten from them since launch. Hella bullish on Top 1. They are celebrating 6 months and $16 million paid out to traders. Link is in the chat if you want to check that out. I will throw it in again for y'all. All right, let's get ready to run this. Guys, go ahead. Form filled out. Last chance. We're going to run a duck race. And then I'm going to go walk slowly into the ocean face first and take a deep breath of salt ocean air as this trade comes very close to my take profit. And then comes all the way back and runs higher and stops me out. Part of the game. Part of the game. Let's see. Ain't over till it's over, but yeah, even ES book map looking dicey. All right, let's see. We got 58 responses. Dang, you guys don't even like the giveaway. X, I gave it to you as well. There's 72 of you guys. Let's go ahead and get this. Let's get our ducks in a row, as they say. Guys, last chance. I said 60 seconds like 60 seconds ago. Last chance. Get the giveaway form filled out. It's pinned to the chat on YouTube. It's on Kick. Go ahead. Get it filled out if you want a chance to win a 50K straight to funded prop firm account from Top 1 Futures. Gonna run a duck race to randomly pick somebody, and it's free. Don't fill the form out more than one time. If you fill it out more than one time and I figure out that you filled it out more than one time, I'm going to ban you from everything and try to get you banned from all of the firms and software companies that I'm partnered and affiliated with. So don't do that. You're spamming the form, you're cheating, and you're taking away from people that are actually here and hanging out and deserve a chance to win. Plus, we do giveaways every damn day. Almost every damn day. You also have to be here. You got to be here on the live stream. If I didn't say that earlier, you got to be here hanging out on the live stream for a chance to win it. Can't just dip out. All right, all right. Form's getting shut down right now, guys. Ducks are getting loaded up. Let's get ready to roll. Let's get ready to roll. Form is done. Last entry is getting put in. All right. All right. YM. Chat. Come on, chat. We'll see if YM plays nice with me today. There's a case to be made just to close it out around VWAP and say I'm done with it. But I'm just rather collect data. I've just traded for long enough where I need to just continue to build the right habits, which is following what my data tells me. And if my results tell me to hold my trades, I'm clipping everything early, and I just keep clipping everything early. That just ends in not good trading. So if nothing else today, I'll watch this come all the way back on me. I'll pay the price of exercising good trading decisions. But we're gonna try it. But we got a duck race ready to roll. So we're going to run the duck race. You guys have been hanging out on here. This is a 3.5-hour live stream. We are getting ready to run the duck race. Before we do, last plug while you guys are hanging out on here. If you want to check out Top 1 futures, they are 55% off. Check them out. Best deal that we've had all year, or no, since launch, because they're 6 months old. 55% off, code RDF, no minimum trading days to pay out. Positive rule change out of these guys. One of the best opportunities in the futures funding space that I've seen, especially instant funded. Feel free, check it out. Don't check it out. Do whatever you want to do. Now, ducks? What happened, ducks? There we go. Ducks! It's time for the ducks. Let's run it, chat. The longer streams are more fun, Zach. It's always a bit sad when we shut down for the day. Yeah, man. I hopped on early today, so, this was a fun one. And we stayed late. I don't know. We got a ton of people on. You guys obviously like it. I've got, let me see. I've got, 150 total concurrent on here. I've had, between all of them, 1,000 cycle on and off. It's sick. I'll run them if you guys want to hang out. We'll run some duck races. All right. Trader Julie Kate says, don't close it. She's a live funded trader. I might have to listen. I need a Naturo duck. Come on, Zach. Standard settings. I had Zach on stream one day, and she walked. Wait, I gotta wait. Zach has the hair of Greek god, according to my wife. Yeah, I cut it all, but we're growing it back out. We're going to have some long hair again soon. All right, guys. 2 minutes on the clock. Best of luck, everybody. This is for a 50K straight to sim funded pro account with Top 1 futures. If you win, I'll be reaching out to you after the stream. Good luck, everybody. Let's see who takes the cake today. Let's see who we get today. Batman duck up front. We got the George Washington duck. I gotta start announcing these. Towards the end, man. We get too jacked up and we get the breakout ducks. Let's see, a minute on the clock. We've got Levente out front, Mad Moxie, ICT Macro Time, Kim ZE, Jeremy, or Jamar, BT Art, Mill Dr. Rock, Daniel, Regito. The Trump Duck is Mark 4-footed today. He's getting ready to pump the market. Jeremy trades Spida, or Sybda. 30 seconds to go. Streamer Hub out front. Neo out front. Regito. Jeremy trades. Kobe Clark looking strong. Juan looking very strong. Free Zex down on the bottom. Streamer Hub. Summer H. Let's see. Neo, Summer H out front. Freeze X on the bottom. JB in the middle. ICT macro time. 10 seconds to go. We have the dinosaur duck coming out of nowhere. Purple Ninja. Purple Ninja coming from behind. Very tight. Is it going to be the win? Purple Ninja Facts with the W today. Where are you at, my man? Where are you at in the chat? I don't think he's won yet. Purple Ninja, have you won yet? That's a Discord OG. He's here every damn day. There we go. On a Friday. Give it to someone else. No. Wait a minute. Purple Ninja. You cooked the W on this one. Choose your next words wisely. You're always on here, man. Do you not trade with props? Or are you in a country where you can't trade with props? Or do you just not want it? This has happened multiple times, guys. We've had multiple people hop on and win and say that. Give it to somebody else who needs it, or just or run it again. Listen, nobody's picking who wins it. If Purple Ninja says run it again, we're gonna run it again. But he's the winner. I'm gonna wait on his word. Chat's going crazy. Purple Ninja, you are the winner. You are the winner of this, man. You are the winner of this one. We gotta see what the next word is on this one. He said give it to somebody else. I don't know about this. I didn't hear what you said. You said, all right, Purple Ninja, you win. Congratulations. You said give it to someone else. Do you really want? Would you really not want it? You want me to give it to somebody else? Because I am happy to run it. Everybody chill out. Everybody relax with the rerun. He's not here. He's right there. Everybody chill out. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Listen, guys, the man has spoken. ICT macro time. You don't need to put that stuff in caps. I see you, man. You're here all the time also. Here's the deal, guys. Purple Ninja is an OG. We are running the race back. The race winner says give it to somebody else who needs it. This man is quadrupling his good karma. Purple Ninja, you are a good man. Before we run this one, I want everybody in the chat to thank Purple Ninja Facts, which is a crazy name, and I don't know what it means. But thank this gentleman, because we are rerunning it. This account is still up for grabs. Don't go anywhere. Throw the thank you in the chat for Purple Ninja. Everybody, please. We got another person from the community that is saying give the account out to somebody else. We're going to run it back. Somebody else is going to win this one. I really think we have the best community here, man. I don't know any other community where this happens. This has happened now multiple times where people have won and said, just run it again. I don't want it. Give it out to somebody else that needs it, man. Hella W's in the chat. Hella W's in the chat, guys. What an absolute OG. What an absolute OG. All right. I think you know what time it is, guys. We're running it back. The winner of the race was so generous to say, run it back. Give it to somebody else. Y'all know what that means, right? We're running it back. Good luck, everybody. Race number 2 is coming up right here. 50K straight to Sim Funded Pro account. Compliments of Purple Ninja Facts. Race is running. I love it, man. I love it. You guys are awesome. I really think like I have the best community. This has happened multiple times. It's awesome. It's awesome. I really find it just so sick when it's happened now like 5 times. People just say run it back, give it to somebody else who needs it. It's awesome. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We still got a bunch of people on. We are running the next race. Let's see who's going to take this one. Let's see. Tom Ward, stop, pause, double it, adopt me. Very funny duck race. We got hella W's in the chat for Purple Ninja. Mad respect. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's see what we get on this next one. 60 seconds to go. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. CT Macro Time is calling out ducks to hit stop losses. I love the duck races, bro. I really do. They're so funny. Let's see, 26 seconds to go. Streamer Hub out front. Cook Smith down on the bottom. Virat up top. JB, Chuck. Streamer Hub looking really strong. I think that's Daniel behind him, but I can't see the name. Tommy K1C4R looking strong. Mill Dr. Rock looking strong. JB, RCG. 6 seconds. JB, Mill Dr. Rock, Streamer Hub. Come from behind. Idar. Out of nowhere. Idar Struminos. I know you've won before, man, but we got another Discord OG taking the W on this one. Idar, where are you at, my man? W's in the chat. Another come from behind. Close one, man. A nail biter. They like to make this one really interesting. Really, really interesting. Listen, congrats from Purple Ninja Facts. There he is throwing the W's in there. Everybody throw the W's in for Idar. I'm sorry, Idar. Not Igar, Idar. W's in the chat. 23 hit target. Idar, 23 hit to take profit today. His duck had some juice. Honestly, man, Purple Ninja, you're the man. Everybody deserves a big thank you for that one, running it back. Super fun. Super, super fun. Guys, if you, before we go anywhere, we're not done just yet. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, I'm going to throw the link in the chat again, man. This deal is not going to last. I know I say this stuff a lot. 55% off. Top 1 Futures. No minimum trading days to pay out. I encourage you to check this out. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. One of the best opportunities in the instant funded prop firm space by a long shot, in my humble biased opinion. Check this stuff out for yourself. Along with that, if you want to come and hang out and trade live with me in person in Tampa, we got the Futures Boot Camp Tampa 2026. This is the ASFX Tampa deal. I'm invited to speak as a guest speaker again. Super grateful for it. Really, really excited to be able to go back and speak with all of these awesome traders, to be able to meet people from the community. I got multiple coming out of my community. I'm super stoked on it. I really am. I think it's going to be awesome. Super, super excited. Outside of that, trade is all the way back to break even. I'm going to show you what was frustrating me watching this across the other U.S. indices. Is this going to load up for me? If you take a look at the move at VWAP, we got the move out of ES. We got the wick below all the way down here to hit a take profit. And we did it on NQ. We got the wick all the way down. We cracked VWAP. We pushed lower. We swept all the way down to this level. YM, I'm on the black sheep. Unfortunately, did not play nice with me today. We didn't do it. Really, really close. Found VWAP, found buyers. I don't like this movement at all. I'm still in. We'll see. We'll see how I decide to manage this one. I may clip it. I may clip it around break even, but I'm still in as of now. Anyway, guys, appreciate you hopping on. I hope to see you next week. We're running giveaways all week next week, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Hop in the free Discord. Link is pinned to the chat. Let me throw that one. Hold on. Link is not pinned to the chat. Hop in the 100% free trading Discord. I'll give you guys 60 seconds here. No course, no VIP, no feeder program, no mentorship, no nothing, man. Just free sauce. Would be more than happy to have you guys in there. Hope to see you guys soon. Have an awesome weekend. Take some time away from the charts. Come back, review, whatever you do. Hope you enjoy yourself. Quick disclaimer. Remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research and make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop from accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Talk to you guys soon. Hope you have an awesome weekend. See you trading live next week. See you on social. See you on IG, X, Twitter, YouTube, all the fun ones. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks again.